feel like you forced to do it. I don't want to make people feel like they forced to follow me or watch. I want that
Oh yeah,
straight
definitely
loyal
not follow.
purity.
That
I
sounds like
want that
some.
purity loyalty, bro. Just like natural.
When you
They
said
like
follow,
you
that shit sound like a
for
cult, bro.
content. Yeah, not follow, but you know. I mean, they do. You do have to follow, but uh, you don't have to follow if you not interested. But if you want to keep the in the loop, hit a follow.
Baby girls on TikTok though. Give me one of them.
What's going on?
Are they quiet?
We was just talking about how research did some research with stream, like with streaming wise, how when it comes to streaming, you just do what you please, just as long as remember that is that's how it builds up. Like since it's your own sanctuary, everything you do and say on stream when you start it, it builds up to your sanctuary. So but I did some research and yeah, just some streamers be saying some goofy advice. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna hear a lot of when you hear advice that talks about you have to do this or you have to do this or you have to do that. If they don't say nothing but if they don't say grind in there, but they say everything else you have to do this, but without
Yeah,
grind,
bro. Consistency is
don't even
key.
like pay attention because grind comes with everything. And that comes in anything, any form, shape or form. But some of them streamers was like you have to talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? And guess who said that? Pokemon. Pokemon said you have to talk a lot. You can't sit there and not say
She's only
anything.
saying that because she's a
Caught
girl.
doing
Her
that.
opinion does not matter, my guy.
That's I
Her,
know I'm saying, but
her junk.
I'm
Oh
just
no.
saying like I was gathering everybody a lot of like streamers a perspective and how did they became from from like a small streamer to a big one because I'm pretty sure a lot of them didn't know that they was gonna get big. A lot of them, some of them did it for the money. Like for example, as far as men goes, I'm sorry, some women I can't say all, but a lot of them, more than the men, they do it for the money. I'm sorry, it just looks like it. Not all women though, just a good amount of the majority of them. They do it for the money. That's why easily they get viewers and all that. But the guys, so like, there's a lot of more guys that they do it for the passion and they don't know they're gonna be up. For me, the reason why I know I'm gonna be up is because I have a passion for it. When you have a passion for something, it's gonna bound to be successful because you're gonna put in the grind. You're not afraid to put in the grind because some people they like the result, they don't like the grind though. So they're gonna sell. They're gonna start selling.
Word. I feel like it gets to a point where like you could say the word and like can't control yourself. It's just gravitational just to say a word.
I mean, it depends on the person too, like, because the person gotta say it in a smooth manner. Like, they can't abuse it like how TikTok does. That's what I feel like. Like you could say like how you say the most, but it's not like annoying.
That's even it's right.
This story is making me feel some type of way, y'all.
What stories?
I'm already feeling depressed.
What happened?
That's good though. That means the story's pretty good.
I feel like this man's streaming, bro.
Ooh.
This is 괱ᴜᴇ.
He's playing Final Fantasy. 광ᴇ never shrink.
We just both asked him a question.
I didn't answer
He
my
just
question.
act like he's talking to somebody else.
He would. Then again, sometimes like I'll be talking
I'm
to
not
myself.
gonna stream Final Fantasy because no one's gonna watch me play it.
Never know. Man, I'll be down to see it.
You never streamed Continued Fantasy?
Every time I play, niggas are like, oh, play something else, or like, whatever. Or like, oh, why are you playing this game? Or
Wait, who says that?
Exactly, we about to pack him.
oh, like, this is boring. Play something else.
Alright, that's going too far. Whoa. Bro, this nigga, you know Pete Davidson, right? That nigga tatted Kanye's kids' names on his neck. That's the most disrespectful shit.
That is disrespectful.
Who did?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson tatted whose kid?
Their man's kid's name. Kanye West. He now tatted.
Send the post. Send the post.
Yeah. That shit pissed me off.
Why would he do that? That was
Cause he's
stupid.
trolling.
You can't be doing stupid stuff like this. Like, I understand he not mentally stable without assistance, but like, my goodness, like, bro, I'm pretty sure we all know that you can't just be letting
That
loose
is so
in
weird.
public. Can't be letting loose in public, man.
That is
That's
so,
how it goes.
that's not sweet. That is
If I had a kid
like,
and I don't have that, and that's not my
that
life
is
no more.
weird. No, that is just weird.
At this point,
Hey yo!
it's just two crazy folks fighting each other, bro. Two
Bro, I
crazy
just got
people
on the game.
going at it.
Mikey, bro, Pete Davidson is weird.
Yeah.
You know what he did? He tatted Kanye's kids' initials on his neck.
He deserves to be in jail for that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's
Kanye
kind of
wants
a-
to kill him,
that's
though. I ain't
kind
gonna
of
cap.
like
You gotta turn Kanye into a demon.
that action deserves to be in the pedophile file, man. I'm sorry,
wait,
man.
what?
That's kind of
Whoa,
weird.
That's
chill,
not your
Bro,
kid.
he's the stepfather of those children, dude. That's not a pedo type of love.
No,
That
he's
is-
saying it
not
as a kid, though.
pedophile.
He's saying from the
No,
kid
Mikey,
angle,
no,
though.
I'm not saying. No, I'm saying isn't that kind of weird?
That is weird, though. Like, why are you tatting another man's
I'm not saying
kid?
he's a pedo. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying he's a pedo. I'm saying that's pedophile acts. Like, that's some
Like, you love
what you call what is
those
that
kids
word?
that much?
dog.
Tendencies, bro.
I'm just saying because it's only been a few months and he already has like the kids' initials on his neck.
Is it wrong to love the kids as if they're your own?
That's true. That's love, though. That's not.
Well, why is
I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
too much.
no,
I'm just saying.
Like,
I mean,
okay, I'm
that's too
I'm
much.
playing devil's advocate here, but like, wouldn't it be good for his stepfather to love the kids as if they're his own?
I'm
Isn't that
saying,
like
not
what
his
you want from a stepfather?
I'm
'cause
just
I-
saying
like-
it's only been
Yeah,
a few
but-
months.
Also, kind of.
I get that.
And they're not married.
That's fine.
I get
that's
that.
fine if you love
I'd
your
understand more if like the actual father was dead, like widowed. You know what I mean?
Or like
the
a
woman was
deadbeat.
widowed.
Or like a deadbeat
But because
dad.
Kanye is still alive, there's his kids, and it's kind of strange.
And Kanye's
And
not
he
a
would
deadbeat
have-
dad. He still cares for his kids a lot. He's not a deadbeat.
That
I know he still cares for his kids.
She's trying to make him be a deadbeat, and I ain't gonna cap. That's fucked. I ain't gonna cap.
You know?
The thing is,
that
look,
is fucked.
look what happens. Look what happened when he did that. He just
But
talks
also-
about you're putting yourself in a bad situation. See what I'm saying? Like
But-
self-sabotaging. He's doing that. He's self-sabotaging
I
not
get
only
that.
him, his kids, bro. His kids. He's self-sabotaging the kids.
I just
now
hope-
look what it's showing. Like how it presents the kids.
I
They're gonna get made fun of and stuff later on. He's gonna clap the kids.
Go, chill. Okay, go get it.
No, the thing
I
is,
just hope that he's actually loving those kids.
What's
Because I know Kanye is. I know Kanye is their biological father, but I also know Kanye hasn't always been the greatest dad.
Well, then again, you gotta look at him and reflect off his childhood. He didn't have a father either. He just had his mom.
I get
Well,
that.
he's trying. He's trying. The thing is, Kanye.
Trust me.
But then again, the kids that he has, what, 4 daughters? Their parenting is gonna be fucked. I'll tell you that. They might have a Jaden and fucking Willow fucking.
They are going to now.
If they don't go
this
good,
now puts more pressure to the kids, man.
they gotta be raised right.
I just hope that love is real, because those kids just need love in their life. No kid needs this type of drama.
I don't think it's real. Cause look how he wouldn't do this if that was real. Look at Jay-Z and their kids. They won't like do something that they know that will put their kids in danger.
You don't know how a person shows their love, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying
fake
if you want to show your love, make sure you do it in a way that doesn't sabotage you. You feel me? You can still do it, show love without something. Like I'm saying, Jay-Z and them. You know, you gotta come better with the ideas, or unless
I'm just
ideas
hoping.
come better with the. What was you saying?
Hoping it's real is what I'm saying.
I just want
Because
control.
I want those kids to have. I just want those kids to have a loving father and have a healthy relationship with both of their biological father and their stepdad.
Dude, that like never happens, bro.
I know, but you can still hope. You know what I mean? Like,
My hope died a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Them kids are
bro.
clapped. Them kids are clapped. Them kids are clapped, dude. That's tough.
I mean, like, I'm not a fucked up kid, and I don't have the best relationship with my father.
It's the way you grow up.
Like,
And again, they're rich, so they're growing up
I mean,
and their
like
parenting's gonna be
specifically
different.
with divorced parents, bro. That shit is not.
That never goes
I've
well.
never met someone that has divorced parents where the stepmother or father gets along with the biological mother or father. Never.
I know divorced parents. That get along great with their kids. My Uncle Bryant with my Uncle Andy, they're the gay couple in my family. My Uncle Bryant literally loves my cousins like they're his own. Literally loves them to death. So, like, I guess I just have a good example of what divorced parents can be in my life. So I'm hoping that's the same for them as well, because I want them to have a good relationship with their biological father, and because you gotta hope for the best. You don't want to be What's up?
Yeah, my main experience with divorced parents is
give me one sec.
Howard and Lexi's alcoholic, abusive stepdad.
It must have laid.
I'm sorry, Lexi's dad is a fucking cuck. Not Lexi's biological father, stepdad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The biological father is fucking. I've heard dope things.
He's a nice guy.
I feel like what you're saying is true, but at the same time, I feel like it's a 50-50, which is understandable why you say you hope, because that is true. People come out of it differently depending on the person.
I just know the Kardashian family is a toxic family in general, so I'm just hoping that some semblance of hope that I have for this, to where they can have just a
good connection,
at least a somewhat normal.
Mind you, too, the kids are black too, so they need that black leadership. They're not getting that over there, Chief. Someone needs to gotta pack it up, Chief. They need Kanye over there, or an uncle.
Nah, they'll find the internet, bro. They'll be fine.
Over there, they learning white history. They need to learn black history.
I don't think they learn any type of history there, bro. Over there, they're learning.
They're learning money history.
Bro,
That's what they're learning.
you think Kanye is gonna teach them history? Kanye's gonna fill their head with fucking conspiracy theories, bro.
Bro, he's gonna be like, "We are slaves." Break out that mindset.
If it was my decision, I would have you go to a school that teaches you how to be a self-sufficient farmer. Y'all seen that episode of fucking Joe Rogan?
Yes. Yes.
Kanye was talking about that shit, dude.
Kanye is literally fucking
kind of
like.
He's a
Kanye's
comedian.
kind of a nutcase, bro.
He's funnier than Pete Davidson. I give him that.
But like in a way where it's like, it's kind of concerning.
It's funniness.
I don't know. Like his funniness is funny,
though.
but I get very.
I feel like Pete is in the same level crazy of Kanye now for doing that.
Nah, Kim's way crazier. Sorry.
No, because like, look, if you know, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get attention if you put a tat on your back of your neck. The other person is gonna see it. You know, the opponent that you having issues with is gonna see it, and it's gonna rile up some more conflict, just stir up more conflict and issues.
Or maybe it's just his statement of commitment to, you know what I mean, to where like
I'm committed to 5 months laser tattoo removal surgery treatment.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yes,
like getting it tatted on your neck is like a statement. Like, hey, I'm here to stay. This is not a temporary thing. I got this thing tattooed on my neck.
I feel like if he would have put it on the wife, it wouldn't be a big of a deal, because you know the wife already sabotaged herself a long time ago. She's already used everything, you know, used underwear. She's pre-owned.
She's pre-owned by a Ray J, bruh.
Fuck, dude, I gotta stop smoking so much.
Ray J, that's a Ray J seconds right there.
Rag. So
AJ.
it's fine for her, but I feel like the kids, they like, you know, innocent,
They suffering, bro.
individuals, like innocent beings, bro. They just started life, like
It's gonna
with
hit them later when
probably
they're
no
older.
maps either. Their parents probably didn't give them no maps, no tutorials, just like our parents didn't to us. So that's just tough. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is like
No, they better had
they
tutorial.
folding, like selling hard for that. I mean, Pete sold hard for doing that. I ain't gonna lie. He sold pretty bad with that one. Sold pretty big. I feel like this issue is bigger than he thought it would be. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's the battle of the dads. Who should be in?
He sold on that one.
I want those kids to have kind of like just some normalcy.
They ain't gonna have normalcy, bro.
Like some logical sense, like, you know, some. I mean, I was gonna say common sense, but common
No,
sense.
not even that, bro.
Made out of plastic.
I just want them to have like, just have some kind of like normal person in their life.
That's gonna be
Somebody
hard.
that isn't like fucking clapped by Hollywood.
Actually, you're right. They are gonna find that, but I don't think they're gonna try to like help them.
They
They're just
gotta
gonna
find
let them know.
themselves first.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna tell you how it is."
Because I know Pete isn't really even the greatest either. Because I know Pete was a fucking druggie for years, and like
His mental is just as bad as Kanye's.
no, I know Pete's isn't as bad as Kanye's.
Kanye's is worse.
I feel
Kanye's
like,
drug use is so much worse. What do you mean?
I feel like,
I feel like
they are how
there's
they
some
control
people
themselves.
that didn't do it, that don't be on drugs in Hollywood, but they're not noticed. As the one that are the druggies.
Like, I know Pete is literally just like, I mean, he didn't do like anything hard. He just was a fucking major pothead. But
Like Snoopy
I don't
Dogg.
know.
Snoop Dogg is a walking orb, bro.
Fucking
He's a walking Bondi Donnie.
He is a fucking walking blunt. That is facts.
Goodness. Oh my goodness, man. I wonder how he sees the world. But he probably sees just like, you know, Tron, the movie
What
Tron.
the fuck? Who the fuck was knocking? Holy shit.
That's an FBI, bro. FBI pulled up.
Who was knocking? Was that you, dog?
Bro, FBI came to my door, bro. They told me to go to jail. I got packed.
Why'd they tell you to go to jail?
I'm playing seafood, bro.
They finally
you guys
coming for me, man.
Bro, pull up the screen right now.
Dang, I'm playing Elden. Harder.
I'm playing WoW. It's even harder than that.
Sure.
Yes.
Fight a boss with just your hands only.
Okay. You can't even do that. That's so hard. Literally, the game is so hard that you can't beat a boss without literally fucking, like, maxed out gear. And you have to be running perfect rotations. Otherwise, you're going to get kicked from the raid.
Yours kitchen.
How did you get sucked down to this
Nice.
World of Warcraft hole?
Bro, I love World of Warcraft. What do you mean?
Like,
I've always loved WoW. No, I've literally have been playing WoW for years. I just know people don't like WoW, so I don't play it all the time. Because whenever I do, people are like, you fucking play that shit? A little disheartening, but it is what it is.
oh my.
Race is
I
gonna
respect that though. You play the game for that long.
Give up.
You had some history with it, some chemistry.
I just like to fucking, like, play the game every once in a while.
That's a good game. You could tell that's a good game too, though.
on
'Cause
B site with ult.
that's consistency. Probably not
Yeah.
too consistent, but at least you go back. It's guaranteed that
Dude,
you'll
nice
go back.
shot. Mikey, I just witnessed someone point blank quick scope Marshall and Neon that had their ult on.
Damn.
And he was the last guy, dude. He had 34 HP and he didn't get hit by Neon.
That's tough, dog. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm literally like, I only play WoW at this point because sometimes I just need a break from Final Fantasy.
I feel you.
Oh, you need some action.
Psychology wipes the
Fuck
floor
on
with
people.
Amber Heard's lawyer.
Like,
I'm gonna go for defuse, yeah.
fucking Final Fantasy is one of those games that's just too wholesome for me, dog. Because I can't, like, okay, when you come from WoW, you're used to everybody screaming at you for being a fucking idiot the entire time. You're not used to people being nice to you. And so you need to play WoW so you can humble yourself. Keep yourself grounded. Because otherwise you think you're too good at the game. And there's a guy that's been playing for 15 years that is waiting to put you in your place. Literally biding his time. To humble you. It is sweating. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, dog. WoW is such a fucking, like a figured out game that, like, there are literally add-ons that you have to get to fucking, like, list the exact times that you're supposed to press each button and, like, the direct rotation to maximize your DPS. Not even
That
joking.
sounds like it's not even fun because the only people that play it are like it's like baseball, dude. There are baseball fans, and then there are baseball statistics fucking nerds where all they do is sit and look at player stats. Those are the kind of people that play WoW.
It's tough.
Not really.
They know every move, they know every statistic, and they do the same thing every time.
Well, if you do like mythic rating, like competitively, yeah. I mean, that's the way it gets in Final Fantasy. If you don't play your class perfectly, you're gonna fucking get kicked out of the raid. That's how MMOs are in general. But WoW is something special because then that person will then DM you later on that day telling you how fucking garbage you are. But then that's the humbling people don't get in like other games. You need that humbling. You need somebody to tell you how shit you are.
So you can get good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo.
I don't know, dog.
Hey, yo.
It might just be that I'm conditioned to the fucking WoW mindset, and I just need that type of like
What is
toxicity. I don't know.
Can you heat it up for me? Please. Yeah.
But I also feel like every other game does this, just in a different way. Call of Duty players fucking are all about aim. Fucking Valorant / CSGO players all about aim. Fucking League of Legends players are all about fucking like maximizing each individual like income that you get.
And
Like every
games,
game does it. It's
fighting
just WoW
games,
is
they're all
the
about
the
time.
communal punching bag because everybody likes to point and laugh at it because it's been around the longest.
Give me 1 second.
I'm just getting locked. Fucking maze.
You know, I'm gonna open After Effects and see if I still got that unfinished Val video, dude. Need to finish that bitch.
I might low-key stream, bro. I might just stream right now.
What's wrong?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I turned on my PC. I took a good look at my PC, and all that popped in my head was stream.
Booted on my PC, cause I need
The stream is calling my name.
The stream was like a Bonnie Donnie for me, bro.
Bro, get some rest.
He doesn't need it. Trust me. Trust me. I need it.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest,
like-
dog. There's no point in streaming if you're not gonna get viewers, and it's
That is a terrible
2 a.m.?
mindset, Mikey. That's a terrible mindset.
what do you
Not a-
mean?
Not about the viewer.
Oh my god. Bro, you're actually fucking throwing right now.
I did just get thrown. Oh my god, you got me killed. You got me killed.
Bro, you are throwing right now,
You're
dog.
throwing.
No, I understand what you mean, Mikey. Like, you know, you gotta make sure that
Like, you gotta pick your time slot. You can't just, like, if you just stream into the void, you're not doing anything. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, like, I get, like, getting on that grind, because that grind can be very important and really rewarding. But if you stream into the void, you have to know that you're not getting anything out of it. And that, like...
Go ahead, Mike.
But,
I just get baited.
no,
Oh, actually,
but like
give me one
you just gotta be mindful about it, because you can stream for the sake of streaming. I'm not saying you can't, but you just gotta like pick your important shit and do it during more popular time slots when more traffic's gonna be on the site.
He's basically saying, stream at 11 a.m. That's what he's basically saying,
Yeah, if you're gonna like maximize the amount of time that you spend streaming, so that you can like make sure that you're getting the most amount of traction for how much time you're spending. It's all about mid-maxing your time.
I understand what you mean, but I feel like it's kind of tough depending on the circumstances. Like, for instance, mine. Well, I feel like I can't do that like early times because I got work. I just try to do it like whenever I'm available, and I feel like the traction, it just comes naturally, you know, because
we're in the growing phase
I
now.
like I let a lot of things naturally come. Like,
I do too, Mikey. The
hang
Vods.
with.
Vods.
Yeah, but where is he uploading the VODs?
YouTube.
Are you uploading them?
Yes.
Okay, where are the VODs?
I'll link it.
No, I know the YouTube channel. I'm subscribed, but have you uploaded any of them?
Oh, not yet. Bro, they're 12-hour streams. I gotta dedicate a whole day to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're having to dedicate a whole day. You're seeing how this is a time waste.
Eventually, later on, it's gonna be impactful, like, but you gotta see it.
I understand how you.
It's not a time waste. It's a time sink. I think a time waste is a harsh way of wording it. Yeah. No, literally right now, I'm gathering footage. I'm sitting at about 40 hours of footage.
Because look, then again, what you said earlier, you build a catalog, then people could look back on it, and they would appreciate.
Yeah.
It.
But you also need to build a catalog that's worth watching, and that isn't just uploading for the sake of uploading.
And again,
no, I don't.
Jamie's playing on that. It's like gameplay. Plus, he's entertaining too.
Like, no, yeah, I'm not saying he's not. I watch Goom streams all the time. Like, I am one of his active viewers.
Much appreciated.
Why the fuck?
And I'm coming at this from a person that loves Goom streams and will avidly watch them all the fucking time.
That's why I was saying, like, I truly understand exactly your viewpoint, because that viewpoint is not just like thin air or vague. It's actually informative, you know, and it is reasonable. But at the same time, like, I've you know, came across a lot of interesting folks that pulled up and watched the brother.
Dude,
Remember,
why?
that's how I met Lighthead. I met a couple of folks,
Bro, it's fucking 괶ᴇ.
and
No.
who knows? I might meet someone that actually might stay and be active as you, and someone else is probably active as well.
It just takes you to meet the right person and it can blow too.
And the thing is, on top of it too, like, I just let it happen naturally. Like, this is just from the love of it. I don't do it to like the wasting time. That doesn't, not wasting time. Like, you know how you say just do it just to do it. That doesn't really. I don't feel like it doesn't appeal to when it comes to Twitch streaming, because when you stream, you just stream. You know what I'm saying? Everything's uncut,
Like endless
raw,
grind.
unedited.
Endless
So
grinding.
there's gonna be, some things that you usually won't see on YouTube, like, things that are usually cut, like someone leaving to go get someone to come back, something like that. It happens, but at the same time, like, when I do it, it's like when you do something naturally, you just do it. The reason why I do stream is because I love, like, when I look at my PC, I want to play a game. And when I get on the game, I'm like, oh, snap, I could stream too. That's just some small, less of a to do. I could just put that because it correlates to what I want, which is gaming. Like, gaming is like half my identity. Like, it's been a minute since I even touched like game, months. And that stuff is, I just crave
2
it every
years.
time.
It's 2 years, nigga. Remember, 2 years.
Yeah, like, I be craving every time I look at my PC. I'm awake. I just like game. I want a game, but then stream too. I'm like, oh, Sniper stream too. Just correlates with that stuff. We just boop, added like a DLC, less of a hassle. So I just like, okay, I need to stream, because that's how I just see it as now. Cause, I do game. That's my main focus, but stream is easily correlates to it. Just compatible. It just combines easy like a puzzle piece. So I'm just like, oh, okay, just stream. Saying time to stream. You feel me? If I'm gonna play a game, might as well stream. Who knows what might catch? And I just do everything naturally. I just don't try to force anything. Like, I understand too, like, get my rest and all that, but grand scheme of things, even if I stop streaming, I'm still not gonna have a good rest because of the situation I'm living. It's kind of like yours, how you have a hard time, getting a good rest of the circumstances you're going through. It makes it very difficult. That's the same like me too. It's like tough. So it would have never even mattered either way. So might as well suffer and do something.
Is anyone here experienced with After Effects?
I'm decently experienced a
Floaties.
Mikey,
Was
I
it?
opened my old. I
Mr.
opened the
Floaty
last
Floaties is
Valorant
way
video
better.
I made, but could never
What happened?
export because it just wouldn't export.
How Spooky needs help.
Always cut off. But I just reopened it and I haven't touched it in like probably 3 months. And whenever I hit play to preview it, it just goes completely black. But when it's stopped on a single frame, I can see the frames are there. But when I try to preview it, it just goes black, and there's also no sound. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know.
I'll be right
Honestly,
back,
bro.
guys. I'm gonna go wash my face.
You
before
working on
I might get on the
After
PC.
Effects?
Yeah.
I'm not that well versed into After Effects. Just
Oh yeah,
yet.
yeah, I got something to tell you.
The
No,
best
After-
person to ask that question would be 괶ᴇ whenever
when
he
I come back,
decides
I'm
to come
gonna
back.
be back. I'm gonna get on my PC
So
too,
yeah,
but I gotta wash my face real quick.
sadly, bro. I'm sorry I cannot help you with your problem, but
How could you help me?
Oh, 괶ᴇ just started typing, bro. Come on.
What?
And like, also, I have this part that's green screened, and the part that's green screened is just a moving black square. But for some reason, the rest of the frame is there. But as soon as there's any videos playing, the videos go black. But if it's a still image, it
let me
stays.
see. Hold on, share your screen real quick, like your whole screen. I think I might know what the problem is, but if I don't, then AE is on you. Which it does to everybody, so I'm not not that surprised.
Bro, I'm just trying to get to level 50 tonight. That's all I got, bro. That's all I got left in me.
Do you want me to share my whole desktop or just?
Yeah. Now try and play it.
So like when it's on still frames, it's fine. But as soon as I play it, this happened.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief.
Dude, like I don't know what happened because I have a fully done video, man.
I have no idea. I thought I knew how to fix the problem, but it's not the problem that I thought it was.
Damn! I need to get this good at stealing. Mikey will be my getaway driver though. Them niggas playing Assassin's Creed. Swear. No.
They fucking just swipe that bitch.
He swiped
Could
that
just be the
bitch.
fact that it's
90
trying to, whenever you play the preview, it's trying to render.
Bro, they trying too hard, dog. They need to fucking chill the fuck out.
And then it just
saying.
Let's try to let the video play out a little bit and see. Even though it's gonna be black screen.
Wouldn't it be easier if you just used Premiere Pro?
Yeah, it would be a lot easier. Premiere is so much better for like editing and shit.
Because I see it. After Effects like advanced editing there.
After Effects is more used for like
The effects, get it? After
yeah, pretty much.
effects that you can't do. And it's keyframe too. Those by keys.
After Effects is good for like complex editing. Like if you want to do as much, like if you want to do everything, AE's your thing. If you want to just compile a fuck ton of clips and get them all in one place, Premiere's the bitch.
Yeah, Chief,
You can abuse
you're,
Premiere for
I don't
that
know
shit.
what the freak is going on with your thing. Could be something that's within the pre-composition. Could be a lot of things.
Bro, why the fuck did like 18 million mobs just target on me for no other reason than the fact that I'm fucking purple? They're racist.
Aye, aye, aye.
They are kind of racist though, I'm not gonna lie.
Go into the pre-composition. Double click on the brown one, the first brown.
All I'm trying to do is collect your souls, guys. Come on. Stop being little bitches about it.
Gotta suck it out of us, huh?
I ain't gonna suck your soul out, no. First of all, because I don't see any of you guys like that, and that would be a little weird.
Sometimes you just gotta be like great or Raiden for combat.
I'm about to go slow.
Or
I'm gonna catch y'all though.
hey, going with you.
Adios, señores.
I got a question, Kron.
What's your question?
Could I kill this nigga? Yes or no?
Let me see real quick.
Up to you if I kill
He's
him.
got
or
his
not.
iron sights on me, bro. He's peering in through my window. He's wondering if he should just fucking snipe me right now.
I'm trying to look into this on like, you know, threads and shit. And all the people that have had this problem before just somehow accidentally turned off being able to see the preview with the little include sight, sound, and layers thing. But I have the
I am
Is that a yes or a no, Tehran?
really depressed.
Said yeah,
No
kill him.
pain.
Alright, bet.
This expansion is making me sad as hell already.
Dang, bro.
Like,
I've heard it's sad, bro.
like, it
This
makes
is why
me
I'm
worried.
scared of it.
Like, it makes me scared to what's gonna happen next.
I've actually heard that their plans for the next expansion are actually really wholesome. Which I'm hoping that that's true.
Because, dude, I am anxious just to continue. Like, actually.
Here, did you just get to good Tensho again?
Feel like a blood splash. Alright, I'm gonna kill this nigga. Told me
Why
to.
you just get to good Tensho?
Would you help with that?
Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga.
Jake, hello?
Okay. So
So my father.
basically, when I'm on a still frame, I can see that the frames that I edited are still here. There is also no audio, by the way. Not sure why. But whenever you hit play, the screen just goes black. But pictures don't. Everything that moves is black. And there's no
He
sound.
got packed.
How old is
Ooh, I got the armor though.
You're disrespectful.
I'm
You
peaceful.
told me to.
I'm not
I did tell you
I'm
that.
not gonna gank you guys.
No, I
Please-
asked you.
Please don't kill me.
That man feels betrayed right now, bro.
Bro, right now I am currently having to deal with 2 level fucking 60 horde players. And I am a little fucking level 49 alliance player. I am terrified that these 2 orcs are gonna resize my asshole. Holy
Okay,
shit.
I'm gonna catch you all later. You know what I'm saying? Stay
See
safe.
ya.
And, you know, God bless.
Probably like 3 months at least of Quadji.
Okay, click on, instead of watching a full, click on quarter. You know where it says full at the bottom of the video? Yeah, click that, click quarter. Nope. Yeah, click play.
Is it gonna make me fucking roll on the loot that I just got? What?
You know, that's kind of weird. I have never had this issue before. Like, actually. Huh.
I think it's
Because I would have thought that you might have like some deleted, like,
no. All of the files are here, dude. All of the
Yeah.
files are in a folder right now.
You downloaded it improperly?
no. I think the best thing I think I can like say is you might have to redo it and into a new project file, because that could fix it, but
I
I
wonder
It
might
ain't
have,
likely.
if everything is like broken. I wonder if just my effects is broken,
What the fuck?
and not the project. That's fine. After Effects just freeze when I'm trying to open it.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. Currently, my money is sitting at over 5,100 gold. I am fucking sitting very comfortably. Probably with the most amount of gold in my guild right now. Unfortunately. Because the only guild that I managed to get into, 괶ᴇ, was this stupid fucking like Twitch, a really small Twitch streamer guild that he was sending mass invites to. And that literally the guild message is to check out his Twitch.
Chad moment.
That is not a Chad moment. That is literally the farthest thing from a Chad moment.
I know. I was looking. Dang, this tweet has my tweet has 133 likes.
Nope.
This tweet's doing numbers.
Everything is fucked up, 괶ᴇ. That's great.
Is it really?
Alright, yeah. That's one hobby gone.
Wait, so you just lost your whole school project, right?
No,
I think
that wasn't a school project for him.
No, I've lost all
I think he might have to crack another version after Effects, perhaps.
probably. Oh yeah, dude, and this is what was happening when the export did work. It just stopped at 10 seconds. Like when I tried to export it, it would only export like the first folder, even though there were like 5 in the composition.
It is very important to have media recording.
I know, yeah, it didn't work on me until either.
Oh man.
Oh my fucking god, bro! Fucking get away from me!
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Swear to god, if I get killed by this fucking bitch.
Filmmaking music video.
Is that what you're doing? You're making a
sound.
music video?
No,
I'm showing a 괶ᴇ mine from last semester. It was so low effort.
I never got to show it. Damn. I want to see.
Take it serious.
It was so low effort because halfway through I was filming the GTA shit. The GTA like theater, like the world camera thing. It's like stopped working, so I couldn't use any footage from it. Like the cinematic mode shit just stopped. Dude, I used fucking Battle Royale by Apache. This was for Mr. C's class. Dude, someone made a GTA 5 music video for Sad by XXXTentacion, and they filmed GTA footage on their phone, like that they were playing on their Xbox, and they were just driving around. They weren't even doing anything.
I would cry. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I would cry if I saw that. Be like, X did not die for that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Bro, what? Why is this guy healing so much? Fucking die, you bitch. There we go.
Too drippy.
Dude, I just censor so much shit for this 괶ᴇ. I regretted doing this like halfway through. Like, you know, it's one of those things you don't realize, like, listening to the song. But once you gotta edit out every profane word to meet the requirements for the assignment,
I
dude,
stopped caring about the profanity in Mr. C's
Yeah,
class.
Mr. C doesn't
Honestly,
care.
Mr. C probably wouldn't have cared.
He doesn't.
But I didn't
No.
know that at
Doesn't.
that point.
No, he doesn't. Bro, there's literally my friend Evan literally does not even censor anything.
Yeah, Evan does not censor himself at all.
No. And we're just dropping F-bombs and shit in chat.
Aren't y'all a
And not in
religious school?
chat, in fucking class. And he doesn't give a shit. To be honest, bro, Mr. C is one of those teachers that just does not give a shit. A shite.
Out his butt.
Bro, you're joking. You're fucking joking, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little butthurt about the After Effects thing, dude. That Valorant video is fire, bro. I had green screen Patrick Bateman walking onto site. Come on, bro. I ain't doing that again. That shit took way too long.
You can do it again, though. You could. You have the ability to.
I don't want to put the time into it again.
Why?
I'm probably just gonna do the same thing I did with the original and not post it.
Bro, why don't you post shit? See, you're doing what Tehran does with his music, and you fold. Master folder.
I'm gonna make a couple Final Fantasy videos this summer though. I'm gonna talk about my experience and shit like that. Try to make it unique, you know, spread some light and some other things over here and whatnot, whatever. I feel like, you know, why not make a game like a game you play a lot, you know? Why make a video a game
Bro, why do you think I'm making the Legend of the No Life video?
for WoW?
And Final Fantasy.
This
And
is like
fucking Lost Ark.
This is like the one
This
funny
is-
thing I've done.
This is literally... Mama called them my special shoes. No. No, I'm making the Legend of the No Life video because I play way too many MMOs, and I want to make fun of everybody that plays MMOs
Yeah.
because I am one of those people.
Crazy part is, that is very relatable.
Oh my god. Dude, I just stumbled upon a treasure trove of screenshots. You guys want to see?
I just know. Oh.
This is from the
Oh,
1
no.
week long VR graffiti binge that I did.
Oh. I just know if I didn't play Lost Ark and I didn't play WoW, I'd probably be in Endwalker already. I'd probably be through Endwalker already. I just got other shit that I gotta do. I gotta get the Shadowlands.
Oh my god, dude, I have Phantom Forces clips on my computer, bro. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Crazy.
Not even joking, dog. That shit used to go insane.
Dude, Mikey, I have clips of me sniping Gavin. Like, I just saved them because I killed Gavin. That's the only reason they're saved, is because I was killing Gavin.
What is he that strong for?
That's kind of petty, I'm not gonna lie, dog.
Dude.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of petty.
He was on the opposite team, and he wanted to keep, like, sniping each other, and I kept winning. Do I have anything to fucking make a video with? We don't talk about the 103 gigs of Valorant clips.
Or the massive executions that you did. I saw what you did. I was there. You know what you did.
What?
You mass executed all of those indigenous people. I was there.
Bro, just because I've played the forest once doesn't mean I'm racist.
I think it does. Since the literal term for the indigenous people of that area are savages.
In the forest, they're cannibals.
Okay,
Random
that's
ass
just some
island.
people's way of life. Keep your fucking white footsteps off their fucking area, maybe you wouldn't get eaten. Ah, back. Bro, we just need to go back.
To what? Primitivism?
Bro, what the
No.
fuck?
I think I'm gonna abandon this quest. I'm just gonna abandon this one too, because I don't give a shit. Shite. I am in misery. Okay. Alright, where's my nearest flight? I can go back to Darnassus because I want a new tiger. I want to get the winter spring storm striped tiger. Could also go to the circle of wagons.
Dude, I have a clip of me hitting like an 8 on kill feed in fucking Enlisted. You guys remember when that existed?
Bro, I remember fucking what's his name making a Badger, making a video on that.
Killers ain't giving no fuck, say shooting shit right up in COVID. Hey, boy, flexing on the grill, all my yays, they own it. Hey, hoes fucking on the fan, that shit went crazy with all that. You was reaching for the bands, I was reaching for that Taurus. How they catch it was okay, what you was supposed to get up for us.
Oh man, Mikey, I just got hit by a throwback. I'ma say one word, bro. Woojij.
Oh. God.
Oh man, dude. I want to be that again.
I don't think there's enough weed at your house to get that high again.
That's what I'm gonna do to you after we graduate.
We're gonna fucking get Wujij. Wujij is just a state of mind, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit, oh my god. I remember how fucking zooted you were, dude. That shit was impressive. I'm not even gonna lie, that shit was impressive. I think you were crossfaded, weren't you? Weren't you crossfaded? Because I could have sworn you were drinking and smoking at the same time. No, yup. That was the night. Holy shit.
The only thing I was drinking was the bong water.
No. That's gross.
I know.
I know somebody that like routinely does it too. That's the fucked part. Like that's their that's them signifying that they're done for the night. It's just when they fucking devour the fucking bong water.
That's kind of disgusting.
It's their tradition. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I haven't done it before. At least once. I swear, when I get high, my body's under a different set of rules. Like normally, that should be disgusting. I've fallen to peer pressure too many times.
Bro, the nigga left VC and started his stream on my video.
I said I stopped, but you can't stop his fucking blood. You can tell him I was a truck. But I believe he must be cooked.
It's a troll. He's so fucking bad.
Down horrendous.
I would pull her pants down.
Okay there, buddy. I'm gonna stop you right there, right in your tracks.
What, you gonna take me to jail, police officer?
Dude, this motherfucker named Catch a Case Kevin.
No, but I'm gonna take you to fucking horny jail, where you belong.
Is horny jail really a thing? They should really make that a thing.
You want to stick all the horny people in one place?
Yes.
No!
Yes.
That would be worse. That'd be so much worse.
Exactly.
Not having that would make separated by sexuality, so they're not with people.
Oh. Yeah, you stick the absurdly straight people with all the gay people. Got it. That would be hell for everybody there.
Put the bisexual people in straight jackets and drop them down a well.
They're in isolation. They're not allowed in general population.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I'm running for governor.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
You know, I
Poor
bet,
bisexual
like,
people.
The deep south, someone would run for governor for like putting bisexual people in prison. I could see that happen.
Bro, they don't know bisexual people exist. They barely know gay people exist. In fact, I think they're writing and biding their time until they could say that gay people don't exist. They're wanting for them not to exist. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, the amount of fucking Saul Goodman memes that I hear in my fucking what's it called class,
Holy
I might
shit.
wanna break somebody.
I have something legendary to tell you. There's a sophomore in my photography class that has an up-to-date meme soundboard that he uses in class.
Okay,
It's
that's
so
just
funny.
that's
Pissing me
kinda
off.
funny.
Dude, Mrs. Herman thinks it's hilarious, dude.
See, okay.
Dude, Mrs. Herman be laughing at that one, audio that's like, huh? And then the fast clappings. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. The fucking Germa clap. That's what that's from, by the way. Somebody just sped up Germa's clapping and literally just made it into a meme.
This is what I'm
Because
talking
I
about.
thought it was funny. Oh, the aww. Yeah. The dude sleeping.
Someone has that.
That's every stepdad ever. That's Pete when he's sleeping.
Peter has it too.
Yeah. You poor souls. I'm sorry.
Dude, you wanna know how I make myself alert when I'm playing games? Peter told me this helps him stay awake in school, and I didn't believe him, so I didn't try it until one night I got high, and I was like, maybe I'll try it. Put golden star on your upper eyelid, because the tingling sensation, you're not supposed to put it by your eyes, by the way. The
You're not
tingling
supposed,
sensation,
yeah.
in your eyeballs will keep your ass awake and alert.
Yeah. That's what he told me too. I just don't need any help staying awake.
I do, dude. I fucking pass out like a motherfucker.
See, I wish I could pass out. I just can't.
I wish I could stay up.
You really don't. I'm gonna be honest. You don't. Because that shit's a curse.
Well, yeah, but Mike, you gotta think about that, I sleep every night, and I wake up feeling just as tired. I haven't felt well rested in 3 years, dude.
See, I put on a good act. I still get as tired as everybody else. I'm just used to being tired at this point.
You be out. Yeah, that's
I feel just as tired as everybody else. I just literally cannot go to sleep.
See what I'm saying, Mikey? That's what I was saying. Like what you feeling? It's hard because the circumstances. It's hard to try to sleep good. It's just tough right now. So
no, it's not even sleeping good, bro. It's sleeping in general.
Exactly. That too. It's tough because our circumstances just preventing us from getting it what we need or what we should get. But at the same time, that's why we in the winning team, because our mindset, we should be like those individuals out there that's mentally unstable, to be acting up due to their circumstances, but we're not, you know what I'm saying, because our brother and the squad is in the winning team. You know what I'm saying? We don't do no official tissue selling here. We do sometimes, you know what I'm saying, slip a little bit, but they ain't selling, you know what I'm saying? No official selling. We just say to play around.
I get it.
Yeah, you feel me?
I have genuine sleep, like actual like I need to take medicine problems. Like they literally like my doctor said if I don't take medicine, I'm gonna have like a lot of issues with like Alzheimer's.
You're gonna be like those fucking Russian rats that got the sleep center of their brain removed. Just ran around until they all died.
Well, the thing is that I have not negatively affected my brain yet, but my doctor is worried that it will eventually catch up to me. Because I've had several brain scans done, and apparently it's not negatively affecting me. It's just like usually they can see if they do like brain scans and shit, like if you're gonna get like Alzheimer's from stuff, mainly because of like several other problems that like usually show with chronic sleep deprivation. But I don't have any of those issues, fortunately, and they're trying to get me on sleep medication to prevent those issues from eventually showing up, because they say that yeah, you could be like those problems might not be here now, but they could be here later. You don't want a higher risk of fucking like
Oh my god, I'm
Alzheimer's when you're older.
I'm gonna cry tears.
Why? Yeah, give him some kisses.
That was depressing.
Bro, make out with the homies.
No,
Is that my
was
guy
seriously
Boobin,
depressing.
Mr. Boobin in the building?
괶ᴇ, I'm here for you, bruh.
Oh my god.
I'm about
Holy
ready.
shit.
I'm about in there. And
Mr. Boob, hug the camera real quick.
I've heard that shit's sad as fuck.
What happened?
Hug the camera real quick.
Hug the camera?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this expansion is actually really good. Oh man.
Wish I could feel your employment.
Well, maybe if you played the game.
Holy shit, I am actually fucking sad right now.
I'll tell you right now, Mikey, if I play the game, I'll catch up with you.
No, you wouldn't.
Doubting?
Nope. Yep.
Don't be doing that to me. Game one.
Yep.
Stop.
Because I know you.
Oh, apparently it was Yoshi's.
And I know that you can't do it, so I know you're too much of a bitch.
Yoshi P turned 49. Yoshi P.
We'll see, Mikey.
Repeat after me, 괶ᴇ. Kier is too much of a bitch to get caught up.
Kier is too much of a female dog to get caught up.
I'ma shoot you with my BB gun.
Just playing.
And I'll take you to horny jail, 괶ᴇ. Don't say
it. Into playing the game yet.
I'll take you to horny jail
by force.
where all the horny males are at.
You're not even gonna do him the favor of putting him in with the horny women.
Amen.
Damn. That sucks. I'm sorry, 괶ᴇ. I know this must be tough for you.
We're the big jack dudes on meth that.
Oh god,
Oh.
do you remember that fucking, what was it, the Charleston mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found in a
Oh my
hotel
God.
room with two buff naked dudes and meth.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess, bro. I just hope
That's
it didn't
dope.
hurt your next election.
Dude, it probably hurt a little deeper than his next election.
It probably hurt
If
his
you catch my
marriage.
drift.
It hurt his marriage.
So,
And it's sipping lean. I know you better.
Cliche, I still do it anyway. Red or purple in a cup. Which one will it be?
Wait, are you drinking water out of a styrofoam cup or is that lean?
It's juice.
Bro, why the fuck would you be fucking drinking water out of a styrofoam cup?
That's what I'm saying.
When you're
That's...
in the office, bro.
You're wasting the styrofoam. Save it for the lean.
That's what I'm saying.
You're wasting it, bro.
Dude, I just remembered a fucking Juice WRLD lyric I was gonna tell my friend about like 2 weeks ago, but I can't remember the lyric. I can only remember what album the song that the lyric is from is on. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna find that.
So for sure. I respect your commitments.
I don't know if I want to keep playing.
I think it's on the Japan freestyle. I think.
Boom, is that Xbox or PlayStation?
Whoa.
Controller.
It's kind of a complicated. I ain't gonna lie. It's like a mixture of both.
Cause I see A button, but put the controller in the camera. The PlayStation one, right?
It's a PlayStation/360 controller.
Let me see.
Alright. I got you. Let me whoop this dude quick.
Position mix it. What? That's weird. I can't fuck with most of these niggas be so that phony. And I had to down on my drugs when I had her by Kobe. I started right with ASAP, man, cause that will never blow me. They say chill out on the mud, but I can't. They say chill out on the bud, but I can't. You packed that boy. They say chill out on the drugs, but I can't. That's a PlayStation controller.
It has the body of one, but it's a 360 mindset, you know?
Oh, like the shape?
Yeah, it's red as a 360 controller, basically.
That's
it's
the most
tough.
Oh, so it's like if Xbox One and PlayStation 4 had sex and they made a controller. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's LGBTQ right there as a controller.
Mikey,
board.
the worst part, I'm still only in the beginning of this fucking main story quest.
You know what else is disgusting?
You.
Homophobia.
Yeah, homophobia actually is pretty out of pocket.
You're not
I ain't gonna lie.
disgusting.
So so homophobic people are basically people that hate, right? They hate them.
You hear that, Kier? Disgusting.
That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. The only thing I would hate, understandable, is a person that hate, a person that understandably hates something, is hate. That's the only reason to hate. Anything else to hate, like humans, that's out of pocket, bro. You're a human yourself.
I'm about to try to tell you why Satan is actually a misunderstood person.
What?
Yes.
I'm interested to hear that.
Okay, so in the Garden of Eden, right?
Mm-hmm.
The original sin was to not eat the fruit of knowledge, right?
Yeah, the one that was in the middle.
Yep. So why was that? Why was the fruit that made us self-aware, that made us able to make our own decisions and to decide to cover ourselves up and decide to like have our own ability to decide what happens to us?
Lost focus.
Why was that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? Why would God want his children to be obedient and dumb? Why wouldn't he want his children to have a choice? Why would he literally make the one rule is that you cannot know about certain things?
Go hit him with a scripture.
Why was that? Why was that his one rule? And why didn't? Why was it that Satan was then demonized for trying to allow the humans to make the choice and to be able to make their own decisions / be able to know, be able to understand?
So you wanna ask, you wanna know why he made humans to think on their own, but like fail in their mistakes and stuff? Is that pretty much how you say it?
If you really want to break it down, all of what we consider to be human, our ability to make our own decisions, our ability to fail, our ability to literally be our own people, and to not just be exact copies or rule obedient, was literally Satan's doing. Otherwise, we'd literally just be following the rules. We would have no choice in that. We would have no knowledge of it if it were not for Satan.
Understand that perspective on how it went down, because yeah, you know, he did tamper with the the way how it went was God, when he first, the reason why he put that tree there in the first place, the middle of the garden, and how everything around it was good except for the one in the middle, is because he was trying to you know, see and test like how they were, you know, he's just like, because the thing with God is that he's full of love, right? He's like, what is that? He's the love himself. So when he made humans, his intention wasn't to us not to live long and to make mistakes and all this stuff. His intention was to you know, make a living being, like not like himself, but you know, at a much smaller scale, and you know, make them prosper and let them cultivate their own, do their own thing. And you know, he wants to see his work you know, in like what is that, in third person, so to speak. So that's why he made humans. You know, he did it with love, of course, obvious, but the reason why he did that test, when he did that test in the first place, is because he wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, where it would go. You know, where this, because the power, this is a crazy privilege, like a power, like free of will. He's the one that put that in us. That's why we're able to think and stuff. That's why Satan, before he became Satan, he was thinking, you know, not always like, what is that, pure. He had to think on his own. So if he was thinking evil, that's up to him. That's the power of free will. You know, like that knowledge was actually stronger before when it first started, but then he starts to get diluted due to, you know, the lifetime of humanity and stuff, how what came to be, and how everybody, you know, is now, and everything, how everything just came to be, you know, how everything created itself up to now. That's why it's been diluted. But before, the first time, it was powerful, bro. Like, if you think of something negative, that's up to you to dismiss it. You feel me? Now, let's say for instance, there's a cake, like this fire cheesecake that we all like sit in and just watching, and someone told us, if you don't eat this cake for 5 hours, right? For 5 hours straight, we was all starving. Not like starving to the point we dying, but we starving to the point like we craving anything that we see, right? And they say if we don't eat for 5 hours, right, that cake would give $5 million. Now we have a choice there. Now some of us might eat the cake, some of us won't. But that doesn't mean that we're all gonna be guaranteed to eat the cake because it's 5 hours, it's long, even though it's 5 million, or is we guaranteed to all wait because it's 5 million? That just depends on the person, because that's the power of free will. You feel me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And so why would God punish you for making a decision, even though he is supposed to be all-knowing and all-powerful? Why would he then still test you if he knew that you were gonna fail?
That's the thing. Let's say, for example, right? You become a parent, right? You become a parent of your kid. Would you want to force your kid to do the right thing, even though you may try to influence?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that since God is all-knowing and is all-powerful, he would have known the outcome of the test. So there is no need to test your children. If you already know what's going to be the outcome, and you already know everything that is going to happen, and everything that will happen, why do you then still test?
And
there's
then
no
punish them?
reason to test because you already know the outcome.
Okay, so I want to break it down.
It's like if you knew the answer to a problem, you wouldn't then write out the problem to solve it. You already know the answer to that.
That's true. But I'm gonna
And so then why would God do that if God is all-knowing and all-powerful? It's either the fact that God isn't all-knowing and all-powerful, or that God is truly a cruel person, because then he then punished people for doing the exact thing he knew that they were going to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna break this down real quick. Answering all those questions. For one of those questions you said, why did he punish them? And one of them you said, why did he let the test go on when he knows the outcome? So, starting when I said earlier, right, when you raise a kid, if you choose to raise a kid, you already know the principles behind it and everything when it comes to raising a kid, I'm pretty sure. So when you raise a kid, right, since you want to be a good parent and you want to reach that point, that means, right, there's going to be examples that needs to be taught, examples that needs to be shown and need to let be in play, let it happen. That's what examples are the best examples. That's how they form. And since God gave not only humans, but of course angels as well, they exist, and Satan before he became that, he gave them too as well the free will, right? What?
I found the song, dude.
What song?
I found this song in the lyric I was looking for that I mentioned like 15 minutes ago.
Where'd you find it on?
Oh, it was just on YouTube. It was a Juice WRLD song. I knew that, but I forgot like what the name was. And then I looked on the wrong album for too long.
That's tough. That's what's up that you found it. That's a dub right there, W. But as I was saying though, Mikey, so you know how you want to give your kid an example, right? It'll be like, okay, since I don't want to force them to do this, right, to do the right thing, and I understand if they keep this up, that it would lead to, a dead end route. So how should I handle this without, physically or forcing them, feel like they're being forced? Because if he does that or tries to intervene into a test that they're being, when someone's being tested and stuff, or due to the current situation, then he's going against the power of will. He's being contradictory. You feel me? That's like saying don't do this, but then you do it, but you told someone not to do it. That's hypocritical. You feel me? So that being said, like, what would you say? Go ahead.
You're missing the point that I was making. The point that I was making is that God is if he is all-knowing and he is all-powerful,
yeah,
he knew that's exactly what was going to happen. He knew that.
He did.
It's not a it's not a test. It's not a lesson. It's like, okay, so you know your kid, right? You know your kid wants a cookie, right? We'll use the kid thing. You know that kid will eat a cookie. So then you set a test. You know that kid will end up eating the cookie, right? You know that's going to happen from the beginning. That is a cruel test, a cruel act to then place that cookie in front of that kid, and then knowing that that kid will go after that cookie, and then punish him for eating that cookie.
Oh, okay.
That is a cruel test, because that means that you specifically set your children up for failure.
Okay.
Because you knew the outcome, and yet you still tried them and then proceeded to punish them for an outcome you already knew was going to happen.
Okay, that's what you're trying to say. All right, now since you put in more details, you added more details to that. Yeah, okay. All right, let me let you know for one thing, God, he's pure love, like I said earlier. He's not the one setting the traps. As you may well know, Satan exists, and you know what Satan affiliates with. You know what he likes to do. He likes to dabble in with, which is negativity, right? Which is evil acts. So that being said, the one setting the traps is not God. He's not the one setting the traps. He's letting the test happen. Yeah, that's true. He
knew, though, when he created Satan, that was going to happen. If he's truly all-knowing, he knew when he created these things that these exact things were going to happen. Well, he knew when he created Satan that he was going to disobey him. He knew when he created humans that Satan was going to tempt him. He knew everything. He knew every one of these things. If he's truly all-knowing. But then in turn, why?
If he knew, then
why would you then purposefully set your children up like that?
Okay,
that's not a father that I would love. That is not a father that has a heart filled with love for me.
Yeah,
that feels like he's got it out for me.
Well, yeah, what I was saying earlier is that he's not the one setting the traps, though. God is not the one setting the traps. It's Satan, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Satan is the one behind these negativities. You feel me? And the reason why I said, and I understand, we both know that we all know he knows everything. He knows it. Yes, we know that. That's not the point, though. Because let's say he knows it, right? Okay, what do you think is the next move? He should just intervene? Is that what you feel like he should do?
No, I feel like he shouldn't put children up to a test, knowing that they're gonna fail.
He's not the one putting them into a test.
What do you think the Garden of Eden is?
The reason why that they were thinking negative is because that was their choice. When I said put to the test, it's not like he's the one that made it. He's not the one that made the test. He's letting it happen. That's what it. Yeah, he did. Okay, let's say this. Yeah, he made the Garden of Eden. Okay, let's say we take the power of free will out. All right, let's take that. Get your free will. Let's snatch that away. Okay. All right. Okay. So now you're never gonna be able to think how you want to think. Now you're gonna be able to only be moved and talking. Everything you do is by press of a button or what he says and everything. Right? Was that the life you want? That's the option we can choose. Right? Yeah, he could give us, the option of us never, thinking of our own and always being, robotic-like and all that stuff. He knows everything, yeah. And he keep us intervene every single time to the point where we can't think on our own or nothing. Is that the option you would like to use?
That's not the thing that I'm arguing.
No, I'm saying you arguing about you saying he's putting people to the test, right? But I'm letting you know he's not the one that's making the test. He's letting it happen, which is you're saying that's not good. That's understandable.
He created the Garden of Eden. He was the one that put the fruit of knowledge there. He was the one that did that. All right.
Yeah, but he's not the one.
He was the one that created Lucifer. He was the one that banished Lucifer to hell.
He didn't create Satan. He created the person the angel that became that. He wasn't Satan. Wasn't Satan.
Actually, Lucifer and Satan are two different people. Lucifer.
I'm not talking about Lucifer. I'm talking about Satan, though.
No. Lucifer was the one that tempted them. Satan is a different person. Satan's a prince of hell.
No. Those are all the same folks. Satan. There's only one Satan. There's no one.
No, there is only one Satan.
There's only one.
Lucifer is not Satan, though.
No, like Satan and Lucifer. I'm saying those are not like two different big like evil individuals.
There's princes of hell. There are the 괞ᴜᴇ, which is the princes of hell.
I'm talking about the leader
levels of demons.
The leader of all.
The leader is Lucifer. He's the sin of pride. That's him, and that it was assigned to him by God because Lucifer's pride was what got him banished to hell. It was his own pride that did it to him. But what I'm trying to say is that he put a wrong answer in a test that didn't need one. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It was a test to where he knew that wrong answer was going to be chosen, and then proceeded to still put a wrong answer instead of letting us have our free will and be able to live with him in the Garden of Eden. Why then in turns test us?
Like I was saying earlier, this privilege, which is called free will, is very powerful, and he wanted to let us experience and see that how much we love him. You feel me? We are humans, obviously, and like I said, he loves us. He's the power of love. He wanted us to see a little bit of a perspective of a different perspective in life, like how important it is, how life is like in depth, and how important life is.
But why put you in paradise to then strip it away from you and then admonish you for making that choice that he knew you were going to make?
That's like saying this, you know, the N-word, right? How you were saying it was meant for like as king, right? Viewed as king.
Yes.
How did it become from king to a slur? It was meant to be king. No one forced it to be no one made it into like a slur in the first place. It's not like an original thing, but someone turned it into that, right? So that being said, why did that person do that? Why did that person try to twist the words and stuff? Why did he do that?
To put one power over another.
But out of what though? What was that from? What was that source of that activity?
It was malice.
The action. Malice?
Yes.
But it was from the power of what though?
Malice. That's hatred for one another.
Yeah, but who told him to do it?
Nobody. He did it of his own volition. But
exactly.
So wouldn't that not be our fault then? Because if Lucifer told us to do it, then that's not our fault then, right?
No,
God still admonished us. But okay, you're saying
the free of
temptation.
Will, though.
Yeah,
he chose to do it. That means we get to choose to respond to it in certain different options. That doesn't mean we have to do it, right?
That we are forever skewed in God's favor. If he was the one that created us, the created are always going to be in more favor of the creator, because we would like to think of our creation as the best, as our creator has the most just values.
I mean,
in general, you're gonna think that God is the most holy one, is the most loving, cares the utmost about us.
I mean,
just by default. But what I'm saying is that there are a lot of things that we can analyze about the Bible, and that God was truly a cruel person that changed later, and that recognized his sin and what he did wrong, and that realized that just like a parent, that the way that he was going about it was wrong. I'm not saying that God is a bad person or a bad being, but I'm also going to say that God wasn't always the best parent. And as a parent, I think he should take responsibility for the shit that he did.
now I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, like you're saying, why would he put the garden, that evil tree, right? Not the evil tree, but the tree of the knowledge of the good and bad, which is.
Why would he keep us dumb? Why would he keep us dumb and in his grasp, and tell us that we cannot seek knowledge?
Are we still on the fucking story? The metaphor story?
Yeah. I am arguing the point that
I'm not.
there are.
We're not arguing. We debate.
Right.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. This is just a metaphor. That story is literally just a metaphor.
Are you sure?
Yes,
oh my gosh!
Yes,
it's not a literal story, but it is.
It's a metaphor.
If that's the case, then why is sin actual happening? Who we got sin from? Where does sin come from?
Original sin has always been a human nature thing.
It's always been a human nature.
It's a human concept.
Because
then how were Adam and Eve were perfect then? Or how
they never was because of free will. Because since we have free will,
there was never an Adam or an Eve.
Yeah.
It literally
It's a
there
story,
was
it's a
never
metaphor.
anything like that. It was a metaphor, and the point that I was making was that the metaphor can actually be interpreted differently and can be meant as a different meaning.
It has been interpreted actually, but
people see it differently than other people.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of people do see it differently. Like, you know, for instance, you're saying it's a metaphor. As I view it as real. It actually did happen because what you call Adam and Eve, when they were born, they were perfect. You feel me? And that's how people were living longer back in the days. But it decreased as, you know, the years went by, because how humans were, you know, making evil.
We actually have signs that show the opposite in like actual like physical tangible evidence that has been left behind, such as like skeletons. We can actually carbon date, and by the density of their bones we can actually tell how old they are.
And how old was Moses?
We have no body of Moses. We know a general area of where he might have been buried, but we don't know exactly where he was.
Jesus was real though, for sure.
Yeah, Jesus has actual records showing that he was a real person, and that he was put to death.
He was perfect, right? He was perfect, right?
I don't think he was.
I don't know.
He definitely was.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
That's why
I do believe.
The reason why we're all still alive right now, or you know, the humans that are alive are still alive, you know, and not destroyed. The whole world's not destroyed, is because Jesus, he did a ransom joint, bro, for Adam, because Adam, he sinned when he did that, like you could say metaphor, right? When he ate that bad fruit, when he sinned, and we all inherited.
It was Eve that committed the first sin.
Yeah, but they both sinned.
That then tempted Adam into doing it. So that's actually why a lot of people that believe that are also defending like very misogynist views, is because they blame women for original sin and shit, which
that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They both sin.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, That's a legitimate thing that people do, and it's weird.
Those people are
It's a different religion than Catholics. So.
those people are delusional. Okay?
No, I know.
We all know.
And
that.
I'm not telling Goom that he is wrong for believing these things or wrong for holding these ideals. I think each person should have their own, and that he is completely valid for wanting to believe these things. I just know that when we talk about this, it is a agree to disagree basis.
Yeah, it's
but
not.
as long as we're not getting angry at each other, I have no problem in talking about this.
I never like to argue anyways, and so that's why when I hear some people say we arguing, I'm like, no, we're not. We're not arguing. We debating.
No.
But I understand what you're saying, because these views, not because other people look at the same views as you, some people that look at the same views as you, but the fact is that you know, saying it's reasonable. There's, like I said, you know, some good evidence of some things you were saying, which can correlate to what I was talking about. You know, that's why I was saying I understand what you're saying.
I've read the Bible cover to cover, and in a lot of this, yes, I have read multiple translations of the Bible cover to cover.
You remember almost some of it, or?
Yes, I remember almost all of it, because I have a lot of these conversations, because I love to debate about the Bible, especially when people don't understand their own religion. I think it's funny.
I have a quick question. So since that's the case, I want to share with you my favorite scripture, but I don't want to say it. I want to see if you know it, if you came across it. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that? I mean, came across that?
I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, I can read it to you. It says, so I take pleasure. Oh, go ahead.
Which translation of the Bible is this?
This is the New Testament. I can.
I know it's the New Testament, but which translation? What version of the Bible is this?
Oh, this
because I know different translations have different, like they have different lineups, they have different chapters, they have different verses because the amount of verses differ.
That's true.
So you have to tell me the amount, like the version of the Bible that you're quoting this from.
How about this? Which one do you have? Which version? I can go to that one and say it too.
The New King James I've read through cover to cover, and then I've also read through the German translation from the 1800s.
Okay. Can I do King James, or which one you want me to do? German, or which
you
one
can do King James. The German one's the one that actually has the real translation behind the quote from the Bible in forgot which book it is, but it's the one where it's no man should lay with a younger man, but in the American version it changed to no man should lay with another man because homophobes. So,
wait, what scripture
in actuality,
Wait, what scripture is that?
That's early on in the Bible. I think it's one of the first 4 books of the Bible, which is where it is highly homophobic.
I'm gonna check that out. We'll see. But the one I was talking about, the King James version of it says, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, and necessities, in persecutions." And I'll just do this. How about this? I'll let the person read it, because I mean, if they have it. No, they don't have it. I'll just read it again. "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Have you heard that one before?
Mm-hmm. Brian, yeah, no.
Nah, that one,
I've heard that one quoted a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that one hits home, and then there's another one here that let me see. I'm gonna look at King James version too. What's that on that? Let's see. All right, so I actually like this one. This actually was speaking to the ones we was just talking about, the delusional folks that thinks that what you were saying earlier. This right here will speak to them right here. It says, hold on, let me translate it. I forgot to translate it. It says, man, stuff done changed crucially. Let me go back to it. All right, there you go. The misogynist individuals. Likewise, why is it doing that?
Part of the reason I used to read the Bible all the way through is because I wanted to learn why God hated gay people so much. That's part of my reason for reading it. And I know you're gonna go on the whole tangent behind like why God doesn't hate gay people, it's the people that did it to themselves.
No,
I don't really care. I just know that God if he did, he made me this way, and it's kind of fucked up.
I understand what you mean and how you feel about that, but as the gatherings that the information that I've gathered in the Bible, he does not hate gay people, and it's not per se what you call because they're just who they are and their identity or what they choose. It's because his principles, he has certain principles, and for it to be applied, you have to go through other principles like other steps that may prohibit those activities that everybody else does. And that's how it's like it's a narrow road in life, because like you get guaranteed of achieving like your inner peace and your inner
all I know that was guaranteed at the time for gay people in Catholic communities was a suicide rate in the 95 percentile. That's all I knew as a kid.
And you said in churches? Hold on, you say that again?
No, there is an actual percentage of people that are gay that were raised in Catholic and Christian households that have a suicide rate in the 95th percentile. 95 out of 100 kids that are gay and that were raised in a Catholic household killed themselves, is what that means.
It's probably because how their parents went about it, or whoever took care of them went about it. They didn't went about it the appropriate manner. And I feel like they didn't take the actual route that should have been taken. They took a route that was, not part of the principles, is what I was saying. And
it took the Catholic Church 2,021 years to recognize gay unions and to say stop hating on gay people, basically.
As far as Catholic goes, I mean, I've heard a lot about it, but I don't really
Christians, there are still a lot of Christian denominations that still have open homophobia.
Yeah, there's Christians that do that. Well, this is what I'm saying again. Like, for instance, right? There'd be, like, for instance, let's say a group of folks, right? Or let's say, for instance, you in class and your teacher says, we'll be able to watch a movie and have a movie night and snacks today. If you guys all, do your work and stay quiet for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes was going, and then somebody would fold it, somebody sold, and not everybody gets that punishment.
It wasn't just one person, though. It wasn't one person.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm making an example of like how one person can multiply. It can be a train effect. It can be a couple people. Like from it usually starts when something starts collapsing. It starts from within. You know what I'm saying? It's an inside job. So you know what I'm saying? This bound for that for a lot of situations. It's gonna happen like that because you know there's gonna be folks like that just have that mindset. And then, to be honest, you can't really change them. You can't change them because, like I said, free will. You can't change them. You know, so they're gonna do that, and we won't have to like drop them off.
I still run into highly Christian, highly Catholic people that still hate gay people, even now.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of those folks that claim to do to be like to say they're this,
and hide
but they
behind
do other
their
stuff.
faith.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of folks like that, and those
And
folks
I don't believe in it.
can't be trusted.
Have anyone considered that it wasn't God that said he hated gay people? Just it was the person who wrote in the Bible that
I did.
God hated people, because like it wouldn't make sense. Because it would be more of like a personal attack of the gay community instead of God saying it, because that.
But still, knowing that if God made me, why the fuck did he put me down here? Knowing that there were a bunch of fucking assholes that were still gonna be like that.
Like I said, we all have free will, and you know, all of us suffer. All of us. That doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound nice in a way.
I understand you want those individuals to like
suffering is a part of our life.
If I were to come out to them, they would fucking kill me.
I understand.
And I resent the fuck out of every organized religion because of it. It takes a lot in me to not be like automatically hating on organized religion. It does.
Me,
because I have had a lot of really bad personal experiences with them.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
And Goom, I mean this in the best way possible. I don't think you do.
But the thing is, though, I've dealt with racism. You feel me? Racism kind of feels the same way. You get treated like bad and stuff. And I dealt with people that actually were the same color as me. You feel me? That called me African booty scratcher and stuff and hurting me and stuff. I understand how you feel. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying lightly. You feel me? When I say I understand how you feel, I understand how you feel.
Your whole family.
Like people threatened me, bro. I had a whole school like trying to make me as a bad person. You feel me? Every day they would try to harm me and stuff. You know, and I have to deal with it.
Honestly, before we go on, I'm gonna just shut up, right? And not speak further on this situation and go to sleep. So I bid you all a farewell and good night.
Alright, cool. For sure. Good night, man. But yeah, I was saying, you know, I understand, bro. Trust me. I've been through that toxic environment on a daily. Feel me?
But at least your own family members don't hate you because you're black.
My
own family fucking hates me for something that is completely out of my control. Completely.
I understand that, but the same thing with me. You're saying my family doesn't hate me, but I'm letting you know, bro. I'm in the first line of that in my family. I literally get treated with a lot of disrespect too. It's like my siblings as well. They get treated like it's out of pocket. We get, you know, that A word, the ABUSE. You know, we get that. Like we literally get that all the time. Trust, bro. Like literally, I understand your viewpoint is not overlooked, and it's definitely
a gun over my head, telling me over and over that you're straight, you're not gay, you're doing this for attention. You stop this shit now before I put a fucking 9mm in your fucking brain. You stop that right now. By
That's
my own
why.
father.
That's why I
By my
said we in the
own
winning side, bro. That's why I exactly said we're on the winning side because when we suffer more than a lot of other folks, that's because they know we're doing something good. We actually content with ourselves, and they don't like that. That's why I be telling you, like, guys, like, these people don't like themselves. They have a Naruto scene, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't like themselves, so that's why they project that stuff. They project that negativity and that darkness to people that, you know, succeeded in being content with themselves. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, the winning side suffers the most. And that's why I'd be like, even though they do that, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna make you the stronger person, and we would not be on the losing side. They don't want to.
Person, bro.
I understand.
For once in my life, I don't want to be the stronger person. I want to just sit back and fucking relax, dog.
Yeah, I understand, but that takes time. You feel me? Patience is definitely key, bro. I understand, but trust me, patience is key. I lived through that, right? I lived through the crazy
for 18 years, dog.
I understand. 18 years, that's a long time.
I can take this. The last 6 years of my life have been worse than not any other year.
There's no doubt it is tough. It's a tough situation for sure. It's not something to be taken lightly.
It's just, I'm sorry for what I said earlier, that I got emotional.
It's understandable, you know.
But I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm done being the big person. I hate being an 18-year-old having to be the bigger person for people that literally gave birth to me. Like, I don't like that.
It doesn't have to be
right.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be a bigger person for someone else. Be a bigger person for yourself. You're living to elevate yourself and to, you know, become the best version you can possibly be to the best of your abilities. And that takes, you know what I'm saying, some sweat, blood, and tears, which is happening, you know, and that it's understandable how you feel that way as well. But, you know what I'm saying, like I said before, these folks, we can't change them. And the best way to handle is the way you're doing it right now, which is keep that fighting going on. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it pushing, because you got a strong mental than them. That's why that they're attacking you. They attack the people that you already are strong, bro. You don't need to say, I don't want to become stronger. You're already at that point that you got to maintain it, and that takes effort, and you're committing to that, which is you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Usually when you going, like, when you feel like you're done, you just want to stop and everything, that's when you know what I'm saying, you elevate. That's when you start to elevate. I seen it. I'm letting you know, I seen a lot of things, but I seen people transform. I seen people go through a lot. I just understand exactly, like, these people, it's not easy living. That's why I be saying it's not easy living in general. Surviving is tough. It's a tough task already on its own. That's like a main mission right there. Let alone the side missions. That's tough. That's tough as well. It has its own tough situations. But just the main quest itself is tough as well, man. The mindset is not easy to like maintain and, like, you know, try to mold it into where you be able to, you know, handle your or be able to complete your achievements that you want to do in life, whatever that is. That takes time, patience. And once you fulfill, you're gonna look back, like they told me, you're gonna look back and be like, dang, man, so I'm so glad that I kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a new person, elevated person.
don't get to be a kid. And I get jealous of like my friends that have like that don't have to deal with this shit. They get to be immature. They get to be like they get to have their fun.
Get to sleep good. Something I haven't experienced for probably decades plus. Same thing for you. Pretty much same thing for a couple other people in here too. Which is very tough.
I haven't slept over 5 hours in the last fucking 7-8 years of my life. Just because I'm constantly afraid of my parents coming into my room. Because I've had my dad just come in and beat the fuck out of me. For no other reason than the fact that it amused him.
Both of them did that?
My dad did. My mom would just sit and scream at me.
They definitely, that accountability, I forgot to say that accountability is powerful as well. And it definitely came with free will as well. It came with a bundle. They definitely, exactly. They definitely got what's coming for them. They're gonna keep the BD's acts level, you know. No, like also let me share with you the scripture. You might know this was. I'm just reading this, King James version for the people that like us that suffer the most. I have one for the mom, for the mothers, and I have one for the fathers. I'm gonna do the mothers stuff. Okay, there you go. It's Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. The King James. It says, "Every wise woman build death her
Show
house.
me this one.
But the foolish plucketh it down with her hands." And there's the guy. Find the father. I actually want to read this one too. This one's like not parents, but it's just basically from that's being used.
I'm sorry, I just got a lot of pent-up emotion. I let my fucking shit crack.
Nah, listen.
Let that out,
This
bro.
is exactly why God made people, made humans with love and those traits, because this is the thing too. I'm gonna speak more about it, but I'm just saying a little quick thing. God gave us a lot of abilities that if we tap into it, we'll be able to, like, he wants us to fight Satan too. That's the thing too. Like when that whole thing started, that whole situation, the enemy, the real enemy here, even the folks that act bad, the real enemy here is actually Satan. But he's sabotaging a lot of people and making them fight against each other and stuff. But I don't want to get too deep into that yet. I don't want to get into this, what I'm saying. But
I guess the point that I want to argue, and not really argue, kind of point to, is the fact that, like, I don't really think Satan is to blame for all of our issues. Is kind of like I guess is like the thing that I kind of wanted to say was kind of just the fact that he most likely wanted to be like God in his own hubris, and so therefore wanted to have humans be more in his image, and it wasn't out of malice, but he did it to spite God.
He wanted to take.
It was at least my take on that.
He wanted to take his spot. Like, he wanted God's spot.
Oh,
he
yeah.
wanted people to worship. That was not like it.
No, yeah. But I also think that Satan doesn't hate people. He
No, I
also
wouldn't say.
I don't think he's all bad either. I think he does what he thinks is good. But a lot of what he thinks is good isn't what God thinks is good. So when we view things through the lens of as what the church deems to be good and bad, and as a person that's been on the side that they've considered to be bad, I guess I become more sympathetic to Satan due to me being misunderstood. So maybe he just had a different way of going about it. Not saying that his is the correct way, but maybe his intentions are good, he just goes about it in the complete wrong way. You know what I mean?
I can see that viewpoint, but the reason why I'm about to say this, the reason why I disagree, not fully, but when you went to comparing yourself with Satan, like saying that you're misunderstood, there's a difference. You're misunderstood. He's not misunderstood, because his full intentions was like on the table. You know, he wanted to, to sabotage Adam and Eve. He wanted to sabotage them. There was no threat around Satan before Satan was Satan. There was no threat around him. There was nothing that was leading him to thinking that I want to sabotage these people. I want to start selling. I want to become a professional salesman as my main career, you know. But he did that on his own, and I feel like that's where the misunderstood gets thrown out the window, because this dude literally, he's sabotaging people like you. Like, he's the reason why a lot of folks are misunderstood. He is sabotaging a lot of people. Not only like big groups, he's sabotaging like like every events, anything he can get his hands on. But the thing is, what was you gonna say?
I get where you're coming from, but I also, if we're gonna go down the free will argument, he can't really tempt us to do much, because everybody's very hyper aware of Satan. So I don't really believe that he's the source of all human suffering. I think humans are the cause of all human suffering, and that we use Satan as a scapegoat to explain away all of the things that humans have done wrong, or maybe that we've gotten wrong. We can't blame Satan for our hubris.
That is not what I was trying to...
But like, which you said that like, it might not have been what you were saying, but like that's the way it sounded. Like you were trying to, like, the way it sounded was that Satan is the one that is causing all of these issues.
He's the one that,
and I don't believe that.
He developed the what you call, let's say, what's that? Let's say, for instance, someone like, let's say a chef. We have a chef, right? We in a restaurant, and the chef is cooking in the kitchen, right? And we smell the food that they're cooking, and that stuff smells like spontaneous. It smells fire, right? So we can kind of tell, by the smell, like what's in there a little bit. You feel me? You can give a little hint, you know, like a little scent thrown in our way. That's what he did, but in a more fouler, smell and stronger stench, to the point everybody smells it. And some folks might choose to like that stench. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their preference. Like, you know, if they choose to do that, that's their choice. Now, whatever comes with that decision they made, they have to, you know, prepare themselves to do whatever that comes with that, you know, because everything that we do, everything that we like, as long as we're living, Satan is gonna keep throwing stuff at us. He's gonna keep throwing like negativity until we drop, you know, because he's angry. He's mad.
Why is he angry?
Why
is he angry at humans? That is my
he's not angry
question,
only.
please.
He's not angry only at humans. He's angry at well, he's not angry at humans as his main thing. He's mainly angry because he didn't get his way. But he is mad at the humans that's not that's not breaking. You feel me? The ones that's not giving in to his temptation.
I don't give in to Satan's temptations, but I also don't view him as an all evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's understandable. If that's how you view him, that's okay. That's how you view him. But I'm just letting you know what he did. This is straight up evidence. You can see all these negativities. That's the influence is strongly because of him. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that these people are, you know, the humans are not to have a good amount of blame on their. Yeah, they. Accountability, like I always say, accountability. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what accountability means. It means that you reap what you sow. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? That man Satan, as everything he did, based off everything he did and his viewpoints on life and everything, I see him as a threat and an evil person. I mean, not person, evil individual, and pretty much a lot of other folks too. Like a lot of other billion folks think the same. But I'm just saying all based off what he did, and that's why, you know, I'm just saying that's how evil. That's the definition of evil. If that's not the definition of evil, I don't know what is. I'm just saying.
I don't
saying.
know, like, I get what you're saying. I get that. I don't know if it's just me, or like, I don't believe that there is a true evil. And that, if I'm gonna be honest, if God really is the person he says he is, he wouldn't, like, anything that he created couldn't be evil. Because there wouldn't be any evil if God created everything. Because if God is all good, there couldn't be any evil.
And that's
there could be misunderstood actions, but there could not be any truly evil thing.
When you said he created everything, I would like to say that I assure you that's 100% not true. He didn't create 100% everything because, like I said, there's bad things in this world. So that definitely means that he didn't create everything. Because he is the source of 100. Yeah, it's true. He is the source. And like you said, if that's the case, then everything he created shouldn't be evil. That's true. So if that's the case, then that means that Satan has something to do with it, right? That didn't, like, I'm not saying that he forced or pressed a button, but he did some heavy influence. People can heavy influence, like what happened to you, right? Like the man, that goofy dude, he pointed a weapon at you, tried to say this out of pocket disturbing things, and, you know, negativity. You feel me? That was a heavy influence that could have potentially led to something crazy. But since you handled it the way you did, you know what I'm saying, that strong mental saved you. And probably elevated you and you didn't know it. Sometimes it happens. A lot of us, it happens to the best of us. We elevate ourselves. We didn't catch up yet. It didn't hit us yet. You feel me?
Later.
Yeah, we hit later. That's how it always does. It hit different for each person. That's why we always say it hit different, because it does, you know. And the same thing could hit different for each individual, just at a certain time, and it just depends, you know.
I guess I just don't view Satan's actions as actual tangible things. And it mainly probably is because I'm an atheist, but I don't view his actions as having any actual tangible effect on the earth. And so therefore I don't believe that he has any influence in temptation. And I argue specifically from the point of view that since in all reality, I do not believe there is a God. I will only argue and can only argue from the point of view that there is none. And that any subsequent argument that I have might not yield the greatest results due to me not really believing in a God to begin with. I'm arguing from a scripture / that point of view, because I've only analyzed Christianity / Catholicism from the book's perspective, because that's all I can do, because I don't actually believe in it. You know what I mean? So what you're saying could be completely valid and have 150 million different correct ways of being interpreted. I just won't really be able to understand them, maybe, and I don't think you'll probably be able to understand mine, because we're arguing from two different points of view that conflict with each other's ideals. I think that's why we're butting heads a lot with a lot of the things that we see, because as I might view Satan as a misunderstood person because of my experience with the Catholic Church and knowing how ruthless the Christian / Catholic teachings can be towards misunderstood and underrepresented people. And since Satan is very underrepresented and very overshadowed, it could very well be, as it was for me, that maybe he's just misunderstood and is just underrepresented because of the fact that he was demonized.
Wait, you say?
You know what I mean? It's like shutting a guy out of the house without letting him speak up for himself, and constantly hearing from the person that doesn't like him who that person is. You're not actually hearing it from his point of view, which is why I don't view him as a bad person, because I don't originally put my trust in the mouth that it's being spoken from. Where you do, where that's completely valid, and you have every right to take the scriptures / Bible's word from what it is. I think I fundamentally have a different point of view because of the fact that I don't take everything at face value. I choose to be very skeptical when it comes to things like that.
Oh, I'm skeptical too. I didn't come in.
No, I'm not saying that you're not. I'm saying that fundamentally, I think our arguments are different because of the different ways that we look at the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Where you would look at it and see you would see teachings and you would see faith and you would see things to be taken literally. I see it as a collection of stories and ways of living that are good, and they're good in practice, which is why Catholicism has gotten so popular. It's not I don't view it in the same way as you do. And I'm not disrespecting your faith, and I'm not trying to say that your faith is any less valid than what I believe in, because I don't think that. I think people that think like that are dumb. But I think our arguments will always conflict with each other because we come from two different points of view. And I think that's why we butt heads a lot when we talk about things. And I think that's why each of us repeat our arguments a lot, even though the other one's not really entirely getting it. Even though, like, we're being respectful of each other, and I'm not trying to, like, be disrespectful, and I know you're not trying to be disrespectful. So I think we're just having a common misunderstanding. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is, I understand what your viewpoint, and when I was trying to add to, not add, but when you were saying, I understand how you feel about your views and stuff, but I was just saying, I was sharing, like, the thing is about
you're sharing the way you look at it.
Yeah, that too, but also, like, I feel like, for instance, right, you know the saying, what's self-explanatory don't need to be explained. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So when it comes to saying, I mean, he's literally has all the stage to himself right now. Like, God and Satan, they was saying challenge God, and God was okay. Since you feel like, you know, you want to rule and you feel like you're better than me, I'm gonna set an example to show, you know, people that you know, that are with me here, which is the angels and pretty much everybody else, which is the humans as well. You know, I would set an example as when you know what I'm saying, make decisions that can sabotage yourself. Like, just because you have free will doesn't mean that you will get away with sabotage. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, accountability is a bundle. It's not free will will never come without accountability. So that being said, even if you are an angel or a powerful being or have some status or this and that, accountability is still on your head as well, you know? And as for Satan, since he was sabotaging people, harming people intentionally, literally, it's evidential.
When did he intentionally harm somebody?
Like, I'm not talking about physical wise, I'm talking about, like, you know, what's it called, like, on the emotionally and mentally state. Like I said, when he influencing
but how can you prove that that's Satan and not just our own free will playing into our own hands and causing our own downfall? Or do we choose to blame it on Satan because it makes us more comfortable?
If you think that I'm saying 100% it's his fault, I didn't say that. I'm, like I said earlier, I'm not trying to say 100%.
No, but, like, I would like for you to point out to me specifically where we knew it was Satan. Like let's say this is a trial, right? Right? Where we'll put Satan on trial. Satan is now on trial for causing sins and tempting people into sinful behavior. When can we directly prove that he did that? Or are we saying that he did as an excuse for our own sinful behavior because it makes us feel better when we can blame it on somebody else, because then the responsibility is removed from us? I'm also taking into account the fact that people have free will, right? People have free will. They also have tools of trickery. Whether that is good or bad or whatever you want to consider it, we have the ability to deceive and lie. And so
where did that
we
come
wanted
from?
to say that it was Satan, and that Satan was the one that caused this, and Satan was the one that tempted us. Wouldn't that make us sound a lot better?
To blame Satan?
Yeah, to use Satan as a scapegoat because it makes us sound better. I mean,
personally, I don't think it's an escape, because you're not finna escape from your accountability, you know? So I'm not, influence, like I said, influence doesn't hold enough power to affect where, like I said, it'll press a button. That's why I said that free will is powerful, which we all know, but the accountability as well. That's why it comes in a bundle. Accountability is what counters for people that, yeah, they have free will when they do something that's out of pocket and they know it, or they see that the outcome, they probably won't be able to live with it if they do get caught, whatever that is, and then they do it and then they get caught and get mad and stuff. Like, you can go ahead and blame Satan. Yeah, he did influence a lot of that, but influence is just an influence at the end of the day. It's not a press of a button where you forcefully have to do it no matter how you like it or not.
Influence that.
Where did negativity come from?
If you're making the claim that he influenced it, you have to back it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to provide evidence for how he's influencing it, and if it's not just human action, you know what I mean? Like, are we blaming Satan for our own actions, or are we actually like? Because what it sounds like, to me at least, is the fact that we are just blaming Satan because it makes us feel better. Because if it's not my fault, then that means that I'm not a bad person for doing these things. And if I put the blame on something that is completely out of my control, I remove a part of that accountability. Because then the accountability is not all on me. Now it's spread between two people. So it makes me look less bad.
Okay, let's say this for instance, right? I'm not talking about when I blame Satan, right, for the influence. I'm not talking about, let's say, for instance, this person harms this individual, like hurts them to the point where they go to the hospital and stuff. Okay. I'm not saying that Satan, this is all because of Satan. If he didn't do anything, that this would never happen. I'm not saying that, because it has to have, it's half of it is that individual's fault as well. But I'm saying, like, for instance, you know how people think negative of themselves, right? Like, for instance, how you be like, oh man, I can't do this or this, or man, these people are right and all that. Guess who's influencing that? Guess who's fueling it? Yeah, that's, but guess who's why
that's that's being influenced by me. That is entirely me.
So you're saying that
is entirely my fault that I'm thinking this way. Yes.
You came up with all that negativity just by yourself. Yep. No one influenced you. No one did none of that.
Nope. That is entirely me. Yep. I did.
So no one.
I can actually tell you the exact times that I did actually, of when I started building resentment for myself. Yes.
No one said.
No one.
Not any negativity. Not even one negativity towards you, like towards you.
There have been people that have said things to me, but I usually, because of the way I was raised and how I grew up, I'm not really that affected by other people. What really fucks me up is when I start believing those shitheads. But that is mainly me. I am the one that is building the negativity around me.
If you were,
because I am truly in control of who I am and where I'm at in my life. Because if I give Satan that much control over my life, then he's gonna take that much control over my life. And for you, that would be bad, right? So if you're giving him the ability to influence your life, you're going to give him that power over you. Because you're giving him the acknowledgement of he has an influence over you. So if you just outright deny him that ability, you're outright denying him his ability to affect you. Is what I'm trying to say. is like when you give him that power over you and you're giving him that right of influence, you are therefore allowing him to influence you, and you're removing your own self-control when you should take hold of your own humanity and take hold of your own decisions and make your own decisions instead of placing part of the blame on something else. Because then when you take responsibility for your actions and your own thoughts and don't place your own thoughts and your negative feelings on something else, you're truly in power of everything that you have.
Okay, I understand, and there's some truth to what you were saying, a good amount of it, but there's big parts of it that were actually different from what I was about to say, which is you were saying that the influencing, right? How it's not that
I'm arguing from your point of view. Like,
my point of view is influence. It holds a good amount, even though free will is more powerful. Yeah, but influence can hold a good amount. Because look, you say you were raised, right? If you wasn't you saying influence in any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to negativity, then how were you raised then? How was you even raised? Because to be raised, you got to be influenced by, certain things or some things, so it can mold whatever you choose to
allow influence over me.
Yeah, you were raised, right?
Literally, that I was raised not to let people have influence over me.
Yeah, and what does raised mean though? It means you were influenced by something or someone,
it means
right?
I taught myself these things because I didn't want people to harm me. It was a protection.
You taught yourself?
Yes.
I have a
lot of things.
I have a hard time like Lena, because when you're a baby, you got to be taught something, the basic things at least.
And then I was taught a lot of bullshit things that I shouldn't.
You were taught, right?
I was taught a lot of bullshit things that I wasn't supposed. Like, I definitely wasn't. It wasn't good for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't want to believe it, which is fine, and some of it probably is, what you were saying, bull crap and stuff. But it was influenced to you. It was like what's called.
Really.
But they were literally taught. If they were saying like influence, basically, we all know the definition of influence, meaning telling you something from their like point of view, like making it like
you have to then in turn let that influence in. It's not a matter of. But you're mistaking my wording.
No, because look, you say you were raised by, like you say, you taught yourself.
Yes.
You taught yourself to what's it called? Not deal with people that says foolish stuff, right?
If what I'm hearing from you, right, is the fact that Satan is ever present in every single facet of my life, and that is constantly over me, tempting me in every single way. Do you know how? And I'm saying this with all due respect, because you do deserve a lot of respect for maintaining this conversation and being a good person. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? That Satan is ever present in my life, and that is constantly following me around, and every other person in the world, he is ever present in their lives, constantly tempting them over every little thing that they do and every little influence in their life.
Factuals. Yes.
That is no.
The reason why I say that is because he's a spirit creature.
Because
you know what spirit creatures are capable of?
Because that's not that might be what you believe, But that's not what I believe, and that's not what I believe to be true. That might be what you believe to be true, but that's not what I believe.
That's fine. That's fine. But you know,
I will say this though. Not once have I ever not been the fault for one of my thoughts. Not once have I ever been out of control, or other people have then in turn made me worse.
Thing that no one influenced you, but like I was saying earlier, you said no, right?
Yes.
Just to confirm. Okay, so when, like I said earlier, right, and to add on to the accountability, for another reference for that is cause and effect. So
yeah,
somebody that was around your vicinity caused, you know what I'm saying, some negativity, which was
but
he was
it's
around.
Up to you to choose whether or not that influence plays over on you.
That's
that
fine.
Influence doesn't just directly go on to you. You have to let it be there.
How about this?
That is what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying.
In the specifics of your argument, I am saying that I don't let that take hold.
I'm saying that there's times where you can't, bro. I'm sorry, but you can't control it. You can't control everything in your life. Like, for instance, how you feel tired. Can you control yourself from being not tired? I'm saying, if that type of influence.
No, but I can damn try.
Yeah, you can try, which is fine. But, you know, there's influence, like the cause and effect. That type of influence, it might not get you directly in your mindset, you know, with decisions you make, depending on the person, but it will influence, you know what I'm saying, and lead to something negative. That's why you were you know, you had that experience, that bad experiences. You feel me? That's how anyone had those bad experiences, because of that situation. But there's factors like accountability, like you were saying, we both were saying. You feel me? But like, you can't control yourself from not being tired. You can't just be full health sense of being. You feel me? It's impossible. That's the type of influence I'm talking about. Those influences, yeah, it can't make you demand a certain decision, but it can influence that pretty good, depending on the person. And guess what? The reason why I say it's evidential, because look what's going on right now. They're falling for the trap. It's you feel me? Like, not saying the ones that like that were already like disabled. Those ones don't count, of course. Those ones, they really can't even control how they think, because the nerve system is just collapsed, and certain things that you just can't handle, like, it's out of human's control. But the ones that I'm talking about that can function like us, you know, that can go to work or do this and that, can get up and function. Those individuals that be folding, yeah, it's their part, is a big part of their you know, accountability. That's their part. But at the same time, that influence, where did it come from? It can't just come from them, because they would have never done that. You feel me? They would have never folded.
It's personal responsibility, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true, but it's not 100%. The influence comes to play. That's what I'm saying.
I do think it's 100% a human responsibility. I believe that every person is 100% responsible for their choices. You shouldn't make excuses like blaming Satan for being a omnipresent force in somebody's life. Like that is if we want to go back to using Satan as a scapegoat, that is the perfect scapegoat. He is omnipresent in your life. He is constantly tempting you. He never gives up, and he is so hell-bent on tempting you to do bad things that eventually he's gonna get you, and you're gonna make a bad choice. But then you have that scapegoat as Lucifer, to be like, well, this person actually was tempting me, and it was actually his fault. Like, you see what I mean? Like, that is such a... That is...
Yeah, but
that
I
is-
didn't say nothing about
he-
eventually though.
If you're using him as a scapegoat, that's the perfect fucking scapegoat.
Like I said, I'm not using him as an scapegoat. I'm just saying, like, for the people that do use him as a scapegoat, that's their.
But like,
that's their,
I'm saying that, like, you are still using him as a scapegoat by giving him 50% of the control over everybody's life. Because you're saying that he's always there, he's always tempting you, and he's always making bad things happen around you to make you into a bad person.
Okay. The reason why I say that is because, look, right, I'm not saying that he's, obviously we both know that, I'm not saying he's 100% the fault, and no, I'm saying that influence he throws at us, yeah, it is. And you could say it's a scapegoat, but let's say this. If you had an option to be your best friend or your worst enemy, what would you choose for yourself? If you had an option to be your best friend or your worst enemy, what would you choose? A or B?
It would be mine to choose.
Yeah, but would you choose? I'm asking.
Why?
Because I'm gonna lead to the reason why I said those things. That's why I'm asking you, what would you choose if you had an option to be your best friend or your worst enemy? What would you choose?
Neither. I'd rather not know myself.
Are you sure you don't want to be your best friend? Is that not why? That's not the worth of living. That's not the reason to live. Is to live in.
I never
like,
said I didn't want to be my best friend, but I also never said I didn't want to be my worst enemy either.
But you have to.
I choose neither.
But that's not part of the option.
I picked an answer. I did. I chose my answer.
No,
I'm
I
being
would have
serious.
added.
I would choose to not know myself.
Yeah, but I'm asking, like, this is a scenario of an option. Like, you have to choose those two. You can't. If I added it, then yeah. But those two options, right? Because that's the option that's happening right now. You
That's
can
not
choose
what
to
that's
be
happening right now.
It is with people. You
Because
have an
life
option
isn't
to be.
black and white like that, my guy.
I'm not saying it's black and white. I'm not saying it's black and white like that. I'm saying you have an option to either choose. That route is going to be, both routes is tough.
In life, why wouldn't you have more than just two answers? There's always more than two answers for any question.
Yeah,
so why limit it?
Because
why limit it to two questions if you're not trying to drive somebody to a specific answer? You're strawmanning me, and I know I know this argument. Like, I know where this leads.
No, I'm not trying to make you choose, the A or make you choose B. Is one of them you will have to choose, because in life, those are the only two options. I'm letting you know. I'm not saying it in a vague, obviously not a vague, black and white, but I'm just putting it in a grand scheme.
You can choose to be neither. You don't have to criticize yourself, but you also don't have to praise yourself. There is a third option.
That means that's humble, which falls into what? The worth of living, right? Because being humble is someone that's being like wanted to better themselves and elevate, even though the situation like negativity and stuff arises.
I choose not to praise myself, but I also don't admonish myself a lot.
That doesn't mean that that it will be neither though. The thing when you say neither, how does that make sense though? It does not. There's no details.
Because
that's vague.
It
right
means
there.
that it means that I don't like. Okay, neither means that I am neither my best friend nor my fucking worst enemy. I am simply in my life, I see myself as the person that is just around.
Sounds kind of like, not only vague, but now that sounds like someone that's not motivational with their craft, which is that's not true because you told me about your craft and stuff, and there is motivation behind that. So what you're saying is not making sense to me. That's what I'm saying.
But you're also here's the issue. You're removing personal choice when you use Satan as a scapegoat. And I know you're saying that you're not using him while giving him 50% of the blame / responsibility for.
I'm not giving it. He took
behavior.
it. He's the one that wanted that. I'm not giving it to him.
But you can choose not to by taking self-responsibility for each of the actions.
So you want me to look at him as a friend?
I wouldn't say as a friend, just as a person that has no influence over you. He's like a work friend. He's somebody you talk to on occasions when you have to, but if you don't have to, then don't. To be honest.
He's more like a government.
No. Because the government takes power over you that it has the ability to. But Satan doesn't have that ability.
The power of
because
what,
Satan.
You saying
okay, you're really gonna be outwitted by some dumbass that got kicked out of heaven? Really?
Do you think he has no powers over humans?
Don't let
like,
it.
He has more powers than humans.
I know he has power over humans.
Not
humans
saying
that let
like,
him have power over them. But when you don't let him have power, he can't take that power, is what I'm trying to tell you. When you give him excuses and you give him a reason to be above you and you don't place yourself above him, he's always going to be above you and constantly going to be controlling you. Do you see what I mean? It's about placing you above. No, but that's how it works though. That's how human consciousness works.
That might be how some people might actually view that, but I'm saying the actual evidential that we see. Do we not see negativity in the world? Do we not see the negativity?
But that's not because Satan said it was so. That was because humans fucked up. That was because humans just. But that's not of any influence over. That's not because he influenced the person to do anything. That's because humans decided to be fuck ups. Because you're giving him too much power by blaming him for everything.
That's the case.
What?
If that's the case, I'm saying if that's the case, right? If I'm blaming him for everything, right? If that's the case, then why is it then, despite me being tired and stuff, like why is it I still get the effects of the negativity, even though I don't project or respond to it? Like you said, like don't pay attention to it, or not try to let it get to you. Yeah, the negativities don't get to me, but at the same time, it can have an effect on like my body and stuff. It can have an effect on that. It can be make you feel like you have like a ton of bricks in your backpack or something. And I know you know that feeling because we've all talked about it before. So that's why I say if that's the case.
I know that feeling. But what I'm trying to say is people are the ones to blame. It is not this omnipotent, fucking omnipresent thing that is giving you grief.
You're saying it's only people. I'm saying both.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's only people. Because only people could be that cruel. In all reality. Like, people are the worst. People let Satan be the worst. If we're gonna be because that it's not about him being 50% of the wrong or 50% of the blame, because that's you're giving him so much power over you by letting him dictate what you do.
He doesn't. I was not talking about him dictating anyone to doing it.
But,
it's just an influence that can happen. It's a potential, you know, like for example, what was he gonna say?
Satan is a scapegoat because the only information we find out about him, the only information that we receive about him, is from the opposite side of the argument. If the only information you ever received about me was from all of my enemies, you'd probably think I was a demon too.
If that was the case, but that's not how it's portrayed here. It's not portrayed like he's the only one that. It's not portrayed as he's the only one that. That's the only side, and everybody's saying it. I'm saying he's the one that did it himself. He's the one that wants everybody to know. He wants wants everybody to see and know what he does and what he is. Is what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to let you know or trying to make you feel like you know what I'm saying, that he is like someone that's more powerful, like in the mindset wise, like changing you and stuff. Like, I'm not saying that's what I'm trying to like view him as. I'm just saying that influence can take what you call like it can give damage, critical damage, and it can lead to high risk. You feel me? And why would you want someone to sabotage you? You wouldn't want to sabotage your friend, would you? So why would you want someone, you know what I'm saying, as evil as that individual to sabotage you?
Where are you getting the idea that he's evil? Where?
Because he literally.
No. But where are you getting it from?
The world.
Just humor me. Where directly can you call this is Satan doing this? Where from? And this isn't you interpreting people's actions as Satan. This is where does it say that Satan did this? Where does it say Satan caused this?
You wanted to say it on paper? Is that what you trying to say?
I needed to say it on paper because otherwise it's human. If you don't think humans are capable of sin completely on their own.
I did not say they're not capable of sin. I just said that they have accountability. That means that they are bound to you know what I'm saying, make unintentional ones because of the critical damage the man influenced. Like for example, how you were earlier, how you were emotional a little bit. It was unintentional, right? But where that came from?
That was my doing. That wasn't him influencing my emotions. That was me. That was me blowing up at my really good friends because I was an That's why I said, hey, I fucked up because that was my responsibility. That was my fuck up.
That could be reasonable, but at the same time, I'm saying there's other factors as well. Like you said, there's other factors, and that is the other factor. And like I said earlier,
I choose to keep my emotions bottled up. Like, any way I look at this, I see myself. I see myself causing my own harm.
Why do you cause your harm to yourself? Why do you cause negativity on the ones that is unnecessary then? Why do you cause any type of negativity towards yourself?
Because I don't like myself. Because I hate myself.
What led to that hate? like
because
to hate
because I got it in my head, and other people who are completely capable of their own sin, and don't like that. Blaming my life's hardships on Satan is not how I internalize that. And since I don't even see God as real, I don't see Satan as real. I just see him as a fictional character that is in a book.
That's
and
what I was
everything the fucking book says could be wrong. Think about the amount of history books that were written by the victors that have complete. Think about the whitewashed history that we see nowadays, where white people rewrote history to cover up black excellence, black accomplishments, the amount of fucking great contributions that people of color had to A, the US, and B, art, music, everything. They covered it up. The civil rights movement, the amount of race riots, the amount of atrocities that American citizens committed against people of color.
The thing is,
why do you think that every bad notion that we see of Satan is written by people that are on the opposite spectrum? Why do you think that? It could very well be that Satan is the exact person they say that he is. But I've seen things happen, and I'm saying the book was written by humans. So it is completely open for human error. And so what I'm saying is that when you are given a book of how to believe and how to see certain things, I do not see Satan as a complete bad or see him in the same light as you, because of the fact that the book was A, written by humans, B, if God won over Satan, right? Why would Satan want to give such an important gift of self-awareness to humans? Why would a being so evil, so unbelievably evil and tenacious and just awful, why would that being give humans such a wonderful gift of self-awareness? The ability to be aware of oneself and one's state is a gift.
It's just called.
Why would a being of such evil nature do that? That baffles me. That is a unbelievable action, and that is an unexplainable outcome.
So you believe that he's the one that gave free will? Oh, yeah, you said that earlier, right?
No. I don't think it's free will. He gave us self-awareness. Self-awareness and free will are two different things. Self-awareness is having one's ability to identify oneself and to be aware of oneself and one's condition.
And what accountability means? Not accountability, free of will. You know what that means?
It means you have the ability to choose what you do
based off what your self-awareness, right? Because if you didn't
have that before, though, you didn't have that, because as the Bible wrote, humans. What did the first thing that Adam and Eve did when they consumed the fruit? What was the first thing they did?
Oh, when they both ate the fruit joint?
Yes. What did they do?
They got scared. And
they covered themselves up.
Yeah, because they got scared because they disobeyed. They knew they disobeyed.
Because
Jehovah.
they became aware of their condition. Because they became aware of the consequences that would happen. They weren't scared before, which is why they could fall into temptation.
Why
Fear is what prevents us from sinning against God. And if Satan gave us the fear against God, maybe Satan was just trying to prevent us from becoming the same thing he became. Too big for our hubris. And why would a being of such evil do us such a good? Is being able to be fearful of God. Because
go ahead.
Because if you truly let a being of that much power, if you aren't aware of the consequences, you're like a baby. You're like a 2-year-old that doesn't have enough mental development to comprehend the consequences of an action, which is exactly what happened.
Okay.
Because all they understood was the immediate consequence. They didn't understand the long-standing consequences, which is what happened later.
The thing is,
self-aware.
The thing is why God didn't explain the long consequences if they did foretake that action, which they did. But before they did, the reason why he didn't explain it long because they were perfect to begin with. He made them perfect.
They weren't.
They
weren't even self-aware enough to think about the long-standing consequences of future. They weren't self-aware enough. That's not perfect. That's fundamentally flawed.
If you think that's the case, right? Okay, if that's the case, then why did Satan needed to go and influence them to eat it then? Why they couldn't did it themselves?
Because it was only after he got kicked out of heaven that he truly became fearful of God. And just like a sibling would, he tried to warn the younger sibling about the parent and how crazy the parent can be. Because if a parent kicks a child out after misbehaving once, that is not a good parent. You would consider that to be a terrible parent.
I feel like you're trying to say that Satan, when he did influence them, right? Once they folded, and automatically God disbanded them. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, because that's exactly what happened. They literally had an archangel come down and literally escort them out of the garden.
It did not happen just by once of a.
That was exactly what happened. They immediately started covering themselves. It's literally in Genesis, dude. Go look at it.
Genesis what? I want to know. Genesis what?
Dude, you expect me to pull out fucking scriptures
when
I've read the entire Bible? Yes, I've read the entire Bible. But that means that I'm also able to recall information, not fucking... You know how much shit I have to remember?
I thought you said you at least remember a couple of them. You said you remember a couple of the scriptures. I didn't expect 100.
A couple.
I thought that was the couple. That's why I was asking.
I like Revelations. Revelations is cool because that's when everybody dies.
But you said it's in Genesis. All right, I'm gonna take a look because I feel like I read a good amount of it and I didn't see that. And it was talking about what we were saying, but it did not say what you were talking about.
There's also a theory that Cain was the spawn between was actually fucking Leviathan and Lucifer, which I think is kind of cool.
I'm sorry, I did not recall that in any scripture I read.
No, that's just a theory.
Oh,
That's a Bible theory. No, but no, they were immediately removed out of heaven. It was a one-time thing. It was a literal, like, if they messed that up, they literally got kicked out of the garden. That was what happened.
Because
that's literally what happened, dude.
The reason why I said is because look, like I said before, you know what love means, right? He's literally the definition of love. So that being said, he would not. All right, if that's the case, if that's the case, right? Like, let's say you said they did it one time, he disbanded. If that's the case, then why none of us are like deceased right now? You know how many times everybody sinned unintentionally, wise? Due to our imperfections. Do you know how many times we all unintentionally sin? You just unintentionally sinned earlier. I just unintentionally sinned earlier. Someone else we talking about right now, someone else just intentionally sinned just a second ago. Why is it that we're still here?
Why is it that we're still here?
Yeah. If he says, if you
as punishment,
saying that the one thing,
we're literally being punished as we speak. Why do you think we're literally waiting to die? We're literally waiting for the second coming, where the sinners will be banished to hell, and all those worthy souls will be sent to heaven. This is literally Revelations.
No,
that is literally the definition of the second coming.
It said none of that. King James, any version, it said none of that. I read almost all Revelations. You've
read all of Revelations. You've read about the second coming. You've read all about the stories that literally told of the second coming, where all souls will rise and be judged before God. That's literally what that means.
They'll be judged, but
all the sinners will be banished to hell, and their suffering will be perfect. Literally, the German version translation of the Bible said that exact thing. All sinners will be banished to hell, and their suffering will be perfect.
Look at that, right? The German version says that?
Yes.
There's 22 chapters of Revelations.
Yes. It spoke about the four horsemen. It spoke about the signs and how to avoid them. Go to I think it was like the East Church or something like that.
Which one was you doing? Was it the?
I've read a lot of different versions of Revelations because it's my favorite book. Because I like reading about the end of the world. Some fucking weirdo like that. But in almost all of them, the final day, Judgment Day, is literally the name of it, and it is where all souls will rise and be judged before God. That is literally what that means. All sinners will be banished to hell, and their suffering will be perfect.
If that's what you feel, right? Or I'm not feeling. If that's how you view it, I would like to ask, if that's the case, then why did you say you don't believe in Satan or God or the Bible? If you believe in hell, you believe people are gonna go to hell?
I don't believe in hell. I don't fucking believe in hell. I am arguing from the point of view as somebody who would believe, so that me and you can argue about this or have a discussion about it. We're not arguing.
Oh, I don't believe in hell though.
You don't believe in hell?
I mean, hell doesn't exist. If you want to refer to hell as earth, then that's fine. I mean, it can be. What would you say?
So, is your denomination not believe in hell?
Yeah, I don't believe in
not a thing.
hell. Yeah, hell doesn't. Official hell don't exist.
In Revelations, in most of like all of Catholicism, and I know most of Christianity, hell does exist. And in Revelations, Judgment Day is the final day of judgment for God. Literally, that's the definition of it. And where all souls that are deemed not worthy of heaven will be sent down to hell, and their suffering and their penance will be perfect.
I feel like
Literally a translation of a Latin Bible.
I feel like
Literally
people,
the language of that it was written in.
I feel like when people started tampering with that, with the Bible and stuff, a while back, like a lot of people started tampering with the Bible.
Why do you
Definitely
think
got
I was
misunderstood.
arguing that maybe Lucifer isn't the person that we thought he is?
No, that's
That's what I'm meaning though. Is literally like
what I'm trying to say is that the Bible, yeah, it was tampered with, but it got what you call what is that? The official, the Greek, because the first language that was written in it was like Greek and Hebrew, I think.
no.
And
It was Hebrew, and you're talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls were actually later proved to not be from the era that they thought they were, mainly because of the fact that the conditions of the salty Dead Sea that it was in would have proved to age them much farther than what we would have normally thought. So, the Dead Sea Scrolls were actually not the first rendition, and were actually later written. Salt deteriorates.
So those are the ones.
So that's why people thought they were older than what they were.
So, what you call it? The first language, right?
Was Latin. It would have the first rendition of the Bible would have been written in Latin.
Yeah,
and
the
or
first
Hebrew,
language.
depending on what you're adding first, because it would have been Hebrew, then Latin would have been the complete Bible, is what I'm talking about with New Testament. Because the Torah was the first rendition of the Bible, because the Old Testament is basically the Torah. The Torah is the Old Testament, basically. And so we basically took a bunch of shit out of the Torah, and that became the New and Old Testament.
That being said, the first one that Latin you said, and I knew it was Hebrew or Greek. It was one of those.
It wasn't
They
Greek.
found
Greek. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls, and I know what you're trying to argue. But the Dead Sea Scrolls were proven wrong, and that their dating was actually mislabeled because of the salty conditions of the Dead Sea that would have aged the parchment that it was on a lot faster and made it so that they couldn't be accurately carbon dated.
Okay, if that was the case, if that was the case, right? Then why is that?
It is the case.
Why is that then the things that be spoken in the Bible is true? Yeah, you said that it was written by humans, and it was also tampered with, of course. And on top of that, what you call, everybody is like, you know, the people that like church leaders and stuff like that, they're all saying different things about it. The reason why I said the Bible is what you call the truth, like it says like things that literally correlates to today's age, like literally saying and also speaking that, like there's things that you said that I believe definitely not in the Bible, like you said the homophobic things, like you say it gets homophobic. That
is in the Bible.
Where does it say that though?
In the Bible.
Where does it say stuff like that though? Because I know things that says like you know, not to harm people and stuff, but when it gets, you say like too homophobic. when it gets too homophobic, I don't know about that one because I didn't see and hear that, especially people that you like. For you read the book from cover to cover. People I've met read the book too from cover to cover, and they still reading it like, even though they've already read it, they keep rereading it, and they see new things too.
Read that. That is all I have to say.
Leviticus?
Yes, 18:22. You shall not lay with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. Calling gay people an abomination. There.
No, but going through my app, the Bible app.
Nigga, Quaji in chat.
Quaji?
Yeah.
What? You said something?
Oh, he's surprised, y'all.
So you surprised that we're still up and arguing?
Not arguing.
Seemed like Quaji had a lot of things against religion topics.
He said he wants y'all to
No,
drop this.
he doesn't like. He doesn't like it when we fucking argue.
We're not even arguing.
And he like.
Quaji, you goof boy. We're not arguing. There's a difference between arguing and debate.
Yeah.
Goof. Go to sleep. Go watch something else.
He told you to go watch something else. He told you to go watch something else. Bro, get off your bed and hop in VC right now.
Quaji, we're not doing this in bad faith. Like, me and Goom aren't going to like. The likelihood that one of us changes our mind is close to zero, but we're also not hating on each other.
Not going after each other's throat, you goof. It's going on for hours.
Literally so fucking annoying. What do you mean?
Bro, you have to talk about things like this because that's how you it can be a train effect. Like, for instance, he can go and talk to someone else about what we was talking about, and they be like, "Oh, okay, this is an interesting convo. I never really saw like that."
I'm annoying you.
Informative.
Yeah, it can be informative for somebody else.
People.
You know, it's conversations can be uncomfortable sometimes, but if no one talks about it, who will? Are you gonna talk about it? Because for sure, you're first in line not to.
It's a touchy subject in the world we live in. I'll tell you.
It is. That's true. But like, it's two people that are understanding of each other's positions that aren't like.
I'm not trying to like make him think like how I think. I'm just sharing with him, and then
I'm genuinely curious on how he thinks.
Yeah,
I genuinely am.
We're letting
because we come from fucking two different points of view.
Yeah, we're letting each other see from a third perspective of one another. If that makes sense. It's like a good informative thing.
Not. Because each of us will come away from this argument knowing more about the other point of view, and maybe when we think about things in the future, we'll take into account the things that we learn from each other.
And each time we say something about the topic, something new comes out of it. We get into a new what is that?
And I've also learned more about Goom and how he sees shit. We can agree to disagree on this. We just want to see where each other's arguments lie. I'm sorry that it makes you upset.
You want to hop in VR, Blazik? Let's go hop in some VR, man. You go hop in VR then? That's how you feel? Yeah, but we are right now. Man's on his couch probably.
Yeah, he's on his couch. It's haven't changed topics at all. It actually has. We've actually gone from talking about like Lucifer and shit to talking about like Bible translation and like human responsibility over each other. It's actually been really cool. Like a lot of this stuff is like philosophical stuff. So usually your arguments will lie where like you lie philosophically. So it's actually pretty interesting to hear what people's arguments are. At least I think so. I don't think it's annoying. I think it's actually really interesting.
He probably feels like how other people feel when it actually does get annoying. Like it gets loud and somebody's getting angry. That's why I think he feels like. Or that's how he probably views it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just not the only immersive convo. Like I said, the convo, every time I get in a convo, it gets immersive somehow. You know?
It was a 1 hour debate though.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Oh. We wasn't trying to like change each other. It was just, you know what I'm saying, get a interesting convo. I mean, it just happened to be interesting. It always is. But nothing wrong with getting, you know, let's say for instance, you know, you see a fire, you know, baked cookie, you know what I'm saying, made.
Oh, your examples.
I know you want to try
horrible.
some. That joint is smacking.
Your examples are horrible. Sorry.
How about you make one then? Since you're saying it's terrible, make one. No, you stood out on the stage. You brought the heckler vibe out. You be the heckler then.
Freak, no.
Say the example that you feel like is better than mine, because no one else saying none.
What'd you say about the cookie?
Like for instance, like, hold on, the cookie looks fire, right? And you're craving for something sweet. You would not want some if someone said you can take it. It's like an interesting conversation. It's interesting. We're just gonna dive in it. It's interesting, you know.
Like saying a little bitty at the mall. Dang. It's interesting.
I mean, if they're not taking and if they're not crazy, yeah. If they see you as an interest as well. Oh.
I just know Buddy doesn't like these types of debates.
Yeah. It's understandable though if he doesn't like it. But just don't pay attention when that does arise.
Did you find Leviticus 18:22?
Oh, yeah.
It literally that direct.
Is there any translations you want me to do, or?
No, I think it's pretty solid in almost every single one of them. King James, if you want to be safe, since it is the most common.
Oh yeah, just say it's detestable. Detestable. It's probably said different in King James. You said that's tough.
Yep. So when people say that religion was never against gay people, no, it was. It was.
Talk some more about it on 23. Let me see. It's tough. That is an interesting topic.
Interesting indeed.
This says something here in Genesis about it too. I just told you. I'm gonna look into further research too about that reason as well. So it probably does have a reason. I want to look into it, see what's the reason.
No, it literally, it's due to the roles that a man and a woman are supposed to partake in. It's literally, their entire argument is based around the fact that you need to abide by society's standards of like you need to abide by society's standards of like like you need to reproduce, you can't, like, anything that is not directly around the quote-unquote gift of life, and anything that deviates from that is viewed as a sin because of the fact that it is what they want to believe.
That's a tough moment right there.
Had that scripture nailed to my fucking door. That one's been...
It nailed that? Oh my goodness. Out of proportion.
It's kind of funny though. They try to fucking get rid of me like a demon. Trying to learn my name and shit. Trying to exercise me.
You said those were your neighbors that did that?
No. My parents. They
Oh,
nailed it to
so
my
you're-
fucking my room door.
So wait, did you say your parents were Catholic or Christian?
Catholic.
That's tough.
Raised in a Catholic household, so I'm one of the 5% that didn't commit seppuku.
That stuff is out of pocket. They shouldn't be forcing any beliefs.
But when your kid is gay, what's better than forced conversion? I just feel like sometimes you get fucking nailed with like Christianity so much that you just end up resenting it because of the fact that like
It's been forced upon you too much, or just actually no, just
not
forced
only
upon
that,
you?
it's also when their Bible, their literal teachings refer to you as an abomination, and they refer to you as something that should be avoided and something that should be killed.
That's tough.
It is tough. But it is what it is at this point. And I know why Quadji doesn't like it. And it's because there's a lot of different points of this, and I know I've talked a lot about the shit I've gone through with him, and I know that it sucks hearing about it all the time because literally, like, it's not something you want to be hearing all the time. So
that's understandable.
I get why he doesn't like it. It's just when I talk about it with people and I confront it, it forces me to like almost kind of make peace with it. Like I can't like hide from it, and I can't like deny it. I have to confront it, I guess, is what I feel like whenever I hold conversation about stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
But it's also like I'm trying my beliefs, you know what I mean? To where like whenever I argue with somebody of like, I wouldn't say we're exactly the opposite beliefs, but like somebody that holds different beliefs than yours, it's kind of a test of how much you really believe that thing.
Yeah, that is factuals.
And I appreciate every time that I get to try that because it reinforces that thing within me.
Yeah, that is tough though. Having people doing that, forcefully hurting you and stuff, because they have a different point of views. That is not it.
I appreciate you being respectful about it. And I appreciate all those who can keep their beliefs in check and can hold an actual conversation about their beliefs and not get angry or frustrated if somebody disagrees with them. Because that's like the ultimate showing of maturity. And I genuinely have a deep respect for people that can do that.
Yeah, people usually when they, I feel like it's just even little stuff you can like turn into an argument because it's like they don't know how to accept other people's viewpoints. Not to per se like